adventurers, and welcome to the 71st. I didn't change that in my notes. The 71st episode of Dirty 20, an evening of laughter, drama, and adventure we call a D&D podcast. It is your dungeon master for the evening, and I'm joined by my colourful cast of characters once again. We don't have Hayden today, so here's hoping that no one needs Heelys. But yeah,
it's not going anywhere.
Alistair is vanishing into the ether.
I feel good, Mr. Stark.
Oh God.
Anyway, before we jump into today's episode, why don't we go through any kind of updates? So I guess Sam, take it away as always.
Yes, so every Monday we play Edge of the Empire, which is a Star Wars tabletop RPG. We play it over on Natural Wonders, DM'd by lovely Lambent Rain. It starts at 7 PM BST. We are now, right? BST.
No, it's pretty... Yes. Never mind.
So 7 PM BST on Mondays. Natural Wonders. Be there or be square. I couldn't think of anything smart. Sorry.
Yeah. And you go on. Do your own.
Yes. Oh, I also stream on Twitch. Sam JKP. Play a lot of Pokemon, other bits and bobs. Come and hang out, Sam JKP.
I guess we also have a Discord where we post a bunch of stuff from the campaign. So like any interesting things or maps or symbols, I also post in there. So we can keep the roleplay screen up for you guys to watch, and then we also just have it in there so you can see it. This is a real opening, isn't it, today? So definitely check out that Discord, and then we also have YouTube where we upload all of the episodes, and you can watch the campaign from the beginning. Before we begin, though, do I hear another streamer in the game today?
I think I do.
I think there's another streamer in the
her
game.
name might start with an M.
Well, I mean, the channel begins with
the
a C.
channel
Yeah,
begins with
Guys.
a T, but...
So you're wrong. What's your Twitch, Maya? Go on.
Hi. Yeah. Hi. So I stream on Thursdays, Saturdays, 7 PM BST on Chibi-chan. All the vowels are doubled, so Chibi-chan. Long name. I don't know. I need to. This has caught me off guard. This never happens. I need to get a link or something. Hold on. I'll put a link in the chat for it. And then
Hopefully it won't.
come check it out. I play Genshin. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. There we go. Has it loaded?
Boom. I'll set up a little command for you as well, so we can put it in there.
Thanks.
It
Thank you
is.
very much.
It's not loaded for me, but I feel like my internet is being very slow today, so it could just be on my end, to be honest. There we go. It's come up for me. I'll set up a little command for you for that. For next time. I totally didn't tell her that she was going to do that, so
it threw me so good. I was like, yes, I stream.
So I guess then, without further ado, let's delve into today's episode of Dirty 20!
Feel free, 'cause I...
So, previously on Dirty 20, in hopes of securing aid from Deep Bay, Fera Carta agreed to undergo a job for High Lord Theodore, stealing a specific amulet that would ward the wearer from divination magic. The following evening, you ventured to the location you were told it resided, the Ambassador's Tower. After attempting to contact the owner and receiving no response, you made to infiltrate. After searching the first few floors, you came upon a circular room with 8 doors, each radiating auras of transmutation. You investigated each of them, finding unique symbols and scripture in a mix of Sylvan and Stellarian. One door was unlocked, which you stepped through. It revealed a space similar to a ballroom, an illusion of balconies looking towards a summer hillside. Finally, after much discussion, you managed to open another door with a password you had previously found in the study. It opened into a long hallway lined with alcoves protected by walls of force and numerous glyphs of warding. You came upon some interesting artifacts within, but your eyes were set on the amulet, which you did find within one such alcove. Getting to it would be problematic. Storm attempted to use the disintegrate scroll to dissolve it, but in the process nearly killed himself. The pressing of time pushed for some quick decision making, and Storm misty stepped inside, setting off a number of the glyphs. In addition to stunning and injuring Storm, the sounds of whooshing overhead came to fruition as a storm as a stone golem landed between you and your destination. A clutch banishment allowed you to escape, but as you slipped into the main chamber, you were not alone. A high elven individual with long silvered hair and dark robes was looking right towards you. Your instinct was to fight, but it became immediately obvious you were outmatched. Backing down, the ambassador ceased their own aggression. Listening to your words, they advise you to speak carefully, lest they be your last. And that is where we're going to pick up. So, Fera Carta. Sindri stands before you. This intimidating presence in what amounts to a very slender form in these dark robes. This very sharp, high elven physique. As you speak to him, and gave him, your reasoning for being here, with questionable sincerity. He seems to be taking it in. Perhaps an arrangement can be made. He looks across each of you, almost like he's reading. Follow me. And he immediately turns.
We came up with so many strats today, but I'm... Yep, let's go.
Let's go. Follow him.
Whatever he says.
Yep.
Follow it.
I guess we'll follow the tall high.
I'm also not paralyzed anymore, right?
No, you are not. You are no longer paralyzed.
Cool.
So you watch him and follow as he begins to move towards the door that you had actually previously entered, the room marked Embrace, and he walks over to that door. Doesn't seem to even look back to see if you're following. Just gonna get his sheet out real quick.
Does he
in
need
case I need
to?
it.
What does that mean?
He walks over to the door. He kind of stands in front of it. He takes his fingers and waves it across the door, and you can see the runes lighting up around the outside. And he goes to take the handle and opens it. Steps through. Door is left open.
Let's go. I'm gonna. Yeah.
Follow him.
Yeah, we'll give
We
you.
don't really have a choice.
Okay.
No.
So, as you follow him in and step through that kind of gooey, liquidy gel that marks the movement between, especially you can tell, spaces, you step through, and the room is not. It's not too different from when you saw it, but you do immediately notice that whilst it is very similar in almost every regard, there is a large heptagonal table in the middle of the room, and on the furthest side is a larger chair, which Sindri walks around and begins to take a seat in. The table itself, heptagonal, so 7 sides, and there are chairs, smaller chairs, on each of the sides. But in the middle of the table, you can see an assortment of food and beverages, things that you pick up from each of your cultures. There are platters of roasted bugs. You see what appears to be like a boar, spit roasted, that has been like placed in the middle of the table. Sugary and spiced baked treats, Aria, that you recognise from your homeland. Kensei, you see 3 exquisite bottles of what you immediately recognise as sake, and Storm, you can see large porcelain bottles of what you can only imagine as being the purest of water that you could imagine, and other food items and drinks from your own cultures. It is interesting, to say the least. You stepped in this room merely half an hour ago, perhaps, and this was not here. And Sindri pulls the chair back. In fact, he doesn't even pull it back. He just kind of glances his hand across, and the chair moves as he goes to sit down. It pulls itself in under him, and he just kind of sits there. Please take a seat. Indulge yourselves.
Can I insight check the food?
You can't insight check the food, but you could insight check him to see if his presentation of this is genuine or not.
This guy's just met us and he knows every food from our cultures.
I don't like this.
What?
Oh, my character sheet's just loading. It happens every week. Just.
Oh god. Kensei's a snob.
Is Kensei a sake snob?
0 out of 10. This is terrible. Terrible guest.
While I'm waiting, I am gonna sit down at the table.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a seat.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit down.
Choice.
Whew.
Not yet.
Okay, you were able to take a seat. Are we still waiting for your sheet to load up?
Yeah, it's not even
I
letting
don't
me
know
do
why
that.
it does.
Roll 20
Every
slow
week.
sometimes.
It waits, man.
It's
It
crazy.
waits.
Do you want me to roll it for you?
Yes, please.
Okay. That's 3. Let's try that. An insight check.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Pretty good.
So you give a glance to Sindri, who is sat there. He's got a real poker face about him. He really doesn't give a lot away. But I mean, his presentation is pretty insightful on its own right. And if it was poisoned, he is not giving away. Very hard to read. But he does kind of give you a glance as you are visibly like trying to read him, and he kind of gives you a glance and smirks.
Just out of curiosity, you said there's some like roasted bug, right? Can I have a look at them? Is there bugs that would only be found like around my home where I'm from?
Roll me a perception. No, roll me a nature check on this. I'll give you advantage because of the nature of it. But
Oh, double 23s.
Fair. So you look across the platters and see the bugs. There are common universal bugs that you see there, but there are a few that you recognise to be quite unique to your own territory.
Interesting.
That's though. How did he know? Good theory.
So, he kind of just sits there and looks across all of you again to see those of you that are taking seats. It was not a request. Take a seat.
Were you expecting us?
I think, given the situation, that I am the one to be asking the questions. Would you disagree with me?
I don't say anything, I just sit down.
Do the rest of you sit?
Oh, I've already seen.
Yeah, I'm already sat.
I was the only one.
Okay. I was thinking, I think it might have just been Alistair that
Yeah.
I kind of envisioned might have been like a little bit sus.
No, I think I was the only one that didn't sit down.
Oh, okay. So, as you all take your seat, kind of glances his hand nonchalantly, and small plates like slide towards you, and cutlery kind of like jingles on the side. Please be my guest.
Thank you. Pretty kind.
I'm not gonna eat.
So, okay. Does
Yeah, me
anyone
neither.
take any of the food?
I'll take a donut.
What is happening?
What is
I don't
happening?
know. I've had
that
I've had to
coming-
mute. It's
is
just I
that
don't know
Jack?
what's going. Yeah.
Jack? Who's yelling in the background? Tell him to shut up. Can you even hear us?
I'm not sure.
What is going on with that boy? Okay. I'm just gonna mute him.
Yeah, I had to do that because I keep getting like really bad feedback.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have to get him to get some headphones.
Yeah. And a good mic. Anyway.
So you're taking some food off the table.
I'm taking one of the donuts, yeah.
Okay. Do you bite into it? Okay. Are you bite into it? It tastes nice. You know, you can't help but have a feeling that there might be something a little bit more artificial about it, but for the most part, it seems like a warm donut, like you would buy at home. Oh yeah, it's warm.
Hot donut.
It's got that lovely donut smell to it.
Yeah, hot donuts are the best.
As
yeah.
soon as I see Aria take something, I want to take one of the bugs and give him a little taste.
Okay. There's a crunch to it, and there's a soft, gooey inside that just tastes delicious.
I take 2 handfuls, put them on the plate, and then another 2 handfuls and put them in my pouch.
I want to use my mage hand. Cast mage hand, and it creates a little spectral lightning claw. I want to pick up the big jug of water, open it up and sniff it.
It smells very, very clean, like very pure water, but there's also it's also like smelling like a shallow pond in your homeland.
So it does smell like water.
Like it's almost like the air of the Dunelands that you can smell. It is quite curious. Gaiak, as you like pile some bugs into your pouch, Sindri kind of glances over to you, like kind of a bit of a side eye. I would not bother doing that.
I kind of look up at him. I apologize. My table manners are not always the best.
No. I simply mean that the nourishment will not appetite outside of this room. There is no point taking it out. It will disappear.
I understand. And I stand up and I take another 2 handfuls, put them on my plate.
Please, indulge.
I'm not touching anything. I'll trust this. I'll trust like that.
Aria's finished.
Anyone seen the end of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Sindri is like sat in his chair, just watching each of you at some point, staring at each of you in succession. He does not touch anything on the table. In fact, you don't even see a plate in front of him. So, I suppose the question is, how exactly did you manage to get inside my home?
Was not easy, that's for sure.
It's not exactly the Citadel.
Precisely. So, how did you do it?
To put it simply, we walked in.
It was a combined effort.
Do I look like I need simple explanations?
Isn't the password written on the door?
It's true. A few of us read Stellarian, and your door is attuned to a certain degree of power in the weave.
Precisely. Only one who is substantially adept at the arcane arts would be able to unlock such a door. And yet, here before me stands, or sits now, a number of individuals from this very coast and a tabaxi.
I had a good teacher.
So you've said. What exactly were you looking for when you decided to break into my home? Or are you opportune thieves? I believe I have already asked you this, but I would like a sincere answer. I have been so generous as to provide you with a substantial meal.
Illusionary.
It is not illusionary. The nourishment remains. You just cannot simply remove it from this space. Anyone truly skilled with the arcane arts would know that.
Oh.
Weird flex, but okay.
Can I activate Psychic Whispers?
You can certainly try.
How is that?
I don't have to
activated,
do anything physical to activate it. It's just kind of something that happens psychically.
Sure. You have you already done that today? So I think you've got to use
Not
the psychic
today.
dice. Okay.
I need to roll a d8 for
Yeah. So
how
yeah,
many
the D8
people
for
I
how
can
long?
communicate with. Yeah.
Oh,
And then
I think
my
it's for how long. The
Yeah.
D8 for how many hours.
And then my proficiency is how many people, but Alistair's not here anyway, so
So
I can
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
you could
Yeah,
leave him
talk to
out
everybody.
anyway.
So 1 hour.
Uh-huh.
okay.
Alright, well,
I can answer his questions. I think
Enough.
we've already told him one thing that we're sticking to.
So, while I'm communicating with everybody psionically, I'm just going to ask them if it's worth telling him the absolute truth, because personally, I think it's worth it, because Sindri is a lot more powerful than Theodore, and also Theodore might be something more sinister.
We do not want to show our hands so soon. I don't think it's wise. I think we stick with what we've already told him, that we were looking for him, to tell him and ask him for help against the Illithid. And when we couldn't reach him, we decided to seek knowledge in his library.
Just worried about deceiving him. He seems perceptive.
he seems to be able to see through bullshit.
It is no deceit though. This is why I come here as well.
Do we want to bring up the coin or Theodore? At all?
I would like to know his thoughts, Theodore.
Do we want to
Yes.
mention that we have already spoken to him, or that we just have suspicions about him?
We can mention we have suspicions depending on his reaction. If he enjoys the company of Theodore, it could be assumed that they are allied together.
We could ask him about his opinion on Theodore and see what he says.
Yes.
Because we don't know. I mean, it's true, we know little about him other than he's very charismatic and won the election. So. Alistair, you're good with words. You do it.
I'm gonna turn to Sindri now, not speaking psionically. We have explained already, there's an extensive collection of artifacts here, and we heard rumour that if one were to obtain one of these artifacts, it would make one incredibly powerful and immune to certain types of magic. And we have had experiences in the past where people have tried to come in on private conversations using magic, and we thought it might be useful for us and our allies to have something that would remove that possibility.
still a bit of a deception. So roll me a deception check.
Okay.
Hi. Oh, hi.
I'm trying to be. Yes! Yeah, boy! Oh, wait.
You rolled higher.
I
Bet.
bet he rolled higher.
Bet.
Or
Bet.
he's just really, he's got
Natural
really
20
good insight.
incoming.
Not even a natural 20.
It's probably got a fucking high.
Yeah.
charisma.
Yeah. He's probably got real good insight.
I wish I could tell you some of this stuff. I really do.
It's probably level fucking 14. I bet.
So, you saw something that you wanted, and you wished to take it.
I'm sure you understand as a high elf.
Please, I leave this room right now.
Kind of looks at you, Storm. Just kind of looks across. His eyes kind of shift to you, and then back to you, Alistair. Rumors, you say? Now, where would one hear such rumors about artifacts in such a secret possession? Something informs me that this is not the kind of rumor one would find at a local drinking spot.
You do.
Who told you?
You do stand out a little, being on the top of a hill and with such unique architecture. Rumors are bound to spread of a powerful magic user such as yourself.
Of course. But rumors like that seldom turn out to be true, do they?
In our experience, every rumor is worth following up.
I will ask again. Where did you hear this rumor?
Can I just say psionically, do we want to bring up a genuine reason why we were here? And do we want to bring up that we were looking for Oswald and that we found the coin? That may be a way to bring it up. Don't know.
Didn't your mother say that it was actually to do with the investigation of said Golden Empire ambassador? That's how we went missing. He was investigating it.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah. I think I know what to say
Probably
now.
not.
Okay.
Probably should.
Yeah, because it wasn't.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. Let me just go through.
No,
Oswald's
I'm
notes.
pretty sure from my memory that's literally the reason
Yeah.
why.
Yeah,
why
I'm not going to mention Oswald, but I know how to answer this question now without bringing
Yeah.
up other
Yeah,
people.
go for it. Go for
Okay.
it. Go for it.
I don't suppose somebody as yourself would have heard of such a small group like us before. But before we ventured to Deep Bay, we were in Ravenwood. And we were sent to Deep Bay with the information that there was someone incredibly powerful in the Golden Empire here. And I can't speak for the rest of my party, but I have thought on this journey that having somebody or that somebody's possessions as an ally or things that we could use ourselves would be rather useful. So in terms of rumours, we first heard of you in Ravenwood.
And you heard of my possessions from such a location?
Not of your possessions, but of your power and your mastery over magic. Such a man must have powerful artifacts in his possession, and coming to Deep Bay and hearing whispers of this grand magical palace on a hill.
Roll me another deception check.
Oh.
I spend much of my time having to deal with the petty squabbling of your civilization's version of governance. I do not wish to have to deal with it within my own home. So perhaps, then, you could be honest with me.
Bad insight.
Honestly, I'm going to say this psionically, I think it might be worth coming clean because we
We can't
can't
fool this
lie.
guy. We cannot
Yeah.
fool this man.
It's better that we ally with him than piss him
Yeah.
off even more.
But what do we start with? Do we start with asking him about Theodore?
I'm going to start with Theodore.
Okay.
I'm going to ask him what he thinks and then phrase it from that.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, but I can't do anything else. He'll suss me out.
Who has the coin? Is it?
I have the coin. I don't trust him. I'll bring it
I don't
out.
think we should give him the coin yet.
Well, he
I don't
doesn't
think-
trust us, and we're not looking very good in front of him right now. We have to come clean. We can't lie to him.
Okay, I'm gonna bring up Theodore. Okay. I'm sorry, your name was it Sindri?
Indeed.
And do you have a title? Just for formality.
Ambassador will do fine.
Ambassador. Excellent. Might I ask, you mentioned... I promise this is an answer to your question. You mentioned that you were an ambassador for the Golden Empire here in Deep Bay. I assume that means that you have close connections to High Lord Theodore.
I am aware of him.
You're
Why
aware
do
of
you
him.
ask?
A man as powerful as yourself does not come to Deep Bay without attracting some sort of political attention.
What are you insinuating here?
I think you know very well what I'm insinuating.
Then perhaps you should explain it to the class.
What are your feelings towards Deep Bay?
I must say, I have never met, and I have lived a very long time, I have never met anyone except one man as arrogant as yourselves.
It's got to be a reference to. Arrogant, you say?
You come into my home, break into my home, and now believe yourselves to be worthy of interrogating me. How dare you?
My apologies, Ambassador. I never meant to come across as interrogating.
Your words mean very little. I want to clarify. You are telling me that you came here to my home to find some artifact that you believed was a rumor, which turned out to be true, which you didn't hear from the rumors that you heard in Ravenwood, which I believe is in the kingdom of Loom.
See?
That is correct. Technically.
So where did you hear this rumor of this artifact?
How many lies are we going to tell him? We have to tell him something.
I'm just gonna...
And look, I know this group is so stuck.
The coin isn't gonna answer his question. He wants to know why we're here. You really think Sindri he's asked this question 5 times. I've avoided it 5 times. He's not going to be distracted by anything. Okay.
This man's lived for thousands of years.
Fuck it. Okay. Yeah, fuck it. Ambassador, we were sent by High Lord Theodore. You are a threat to him.
We're fucked.
Ride the wave. Ride the wave.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Jesus, he's not going to believe the truth now that we actually said it to him?
Oh no.
Okay. Don't know, you lied to him quite a lot.
Yeah, we did. No, we did. You're right.
Kind of gives this sigh. Now, doesn't it feel good to be honest?
We were not dishonest when we said we came here to find ways to stop the incoming attack from the... No, it's true, it's true. We were not being completely dishonest when we meant that. And someone from the Golden Empire, I'm sure you know the devastation the Illithid are capable of.
The Illithid are of no concern. May they dwindle in their caves.
They do not dwindle, though.
People such as High Elves and the Golden Empire might not find the Illithids to be a threat, but the people of the Restless Coast who are ignorant and battle against moving forward and accepting magic, the Illithid would be a serious threat to them. And you know already that many of us are from the Restless Coast. We simply want to save our homes.
A valiant reason. But perhaps a foolish endeavor.
Perhaps.
Well, now that the truth is out, have you taken anything else from my home? Remember that I will find out. It is not a matter of if, it is when.
In all honesty, not intentionally, but your home has taken more from us than we have taken from it. We have not taken a single thing.
That's not true at all.
Oh wait, isn't it?
I almost...
Oh shit!
Yeah.
As she says that, I'm gonna take out the book and place it on the table, and just kind of look down at the table. With my
I
hand on the
think
book.
it was 2 weeks ago. So long.
No.
I'll stare. Kente will just stare at Alistair until he.
Oh yeah, because he took potions, didn't he?
Yeah.
I'm afraid that there was a mishap with one of your scrolls too.
A mishap.
Believe me, he paid the price for it. He very nearly died.
Ah. Skilled in the arcane, but not that skilled.
I just scowl them.
Now who's being arrogant?
Please tell me you said that in your head.
Yes.
Kind of looks over to you, Guy, with the book out on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Interested in late night reading, are we?
I am interested in some of the tales, yes.
Then perhaps you could purchase a copy yourself.
I would be very interested in that. Where may I find one?
Do you believe you'll find yourself at the Citadel anytime soon?
I would think not, no.
Kind of just stares at you.
I'm just gonna look back down at the table. He makes me really uncomfortable.
Well. Seems you were looking for something other than what you told me.
Are we?
What?
Are we looking for something other than what?
I mean, I would like to know what your business here in Deep Bay is, since we've come clean. What does the Golden Empire want with Deep Bay? A shipping arrangement? You want fish? Is that it?
We're gonna die.
That sounds like a very complicated political situation. My people, the Empire, simply have a vested interest in lending aid to yours. That is all. We are here on a diplomatic endeavor.
Like a
When you say we, you mean yourself?
Myself as a representative of the Empire.
Did you come here with Lady Belinda?
You are referring to the bride, are you not?
Yes.
No.
When he
She was
said
here on
no,
her
do I believe
own.
him?
Roll an insight check.
Yeah. Oh. Damn you, character sheet. Why you shrink?
Oh, we're dancing around.
Fucking hell.
I mean, he is... Everything about him is under lock and key. It is so hard to read him. He has a real poker face.
He came here
In
of
fact, you
her.
notice his expression rarely changes throughout the conversation.
She came here of her own volition.
She did.
But she's a high elf, is she not?
It would seem so. Are you going to ask me if I know her? Because we are both the same.
No, not at all. I just assumed that somebody in her position might have connections to higher powers in the Golden Empire.
That is not of your concern.
Just
Sorry.
curious.
Fairly odd for. I'm not too well versed in your culture, but as far as I know, it's not too common for. Is it still sorry? Out of character. Is it Stellarian elves?
Yeah, sorry.
It's not too common for Stellarian elves to marry outside of the Empire. I've only ever heard of that happening one other time in the Drakenloft Isles, I believe it was.
Your civilization is merely a fragment of my life. You are correct. You do not know anything about my culture.
I know enough to know that you wouldn't be here without vested interest and
Yes,
gain for the Golden Empire. So what is it you're exploiting here then?
Storm, please.
You said you were here to lend aid. Lend aid for what? Keep I under attack or something?
You are all very suspicious individuals.
Could say the same for
You
you.
you have no idea, my good sir, but it is how we have lived this long.
I am here on a diplomatic mission.
Diplomatic.
Insight.
About to
Insight.
finish.
Go ahead, roll an insight check it.
Community.
Are we gonna have to get TPK by him?
Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
Kill him.
What mission?
There is almost a little bit of a flash of anger that you see when Storm made his comment, which is very, very quickly concealed. Whether it's the tone of the voice or just a change in his posture, you get the feeling that it's mostly true, but there might be something else to it.
If I may.
I think. Oh.
Sorry, you go ahead.
No. You go. You spoke first.
Well, my point might move this on, so if you wanted to talk about something particular.
Oh no, I was gonna move it on as well. You go.
Okay. We are, as you can tell, not anybody could break into your lovely tower. We are a group of very gifted and extraordinary individuals. Perhaps as a show of good faith, maybe we could help you somehow with this diplomatic mission. Gain your trust, as it were.
And why would you wish to do that?
Good to have friends in high places. So I've learned.
And yet, by the sounds of things, you're very willing to betray those friends in high places. You just informed me of a mission to steal something from me by the High Lord himself.
Well, we have our suspicions about him as well. I'm sure you do.
What kind of suspicion?
Well, cat's out the bag now.
Someone please bring the damn coin up.
I look at Storm. I mean, he's gonna know anyway because we put the note in the letterbox. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
as you will see, if you eventually check your mail. By the way, very very nice mailbox. By the way, it fooled us. We
It fooled you. What do you mean?
as much as we are extraordinary, we are also very stupid. So, we didn't
Speak for yourself, Arya.
We
You're the one who
couldn't-
put a sword in there.
Right. Yes. Okay. Yeah. By the way, you might find the katana in there. We couldn't figure it out. We didn't know it was a mailbox.
You can keep the arrow, by the way.
Yes. Yeah. I look at Storm and kind of.
Suddenly it starts getting flashbacks to.
I kind of look at Storm as in kind of, and in psionically, I'm like, you might as well get out the coin.
Do I have to?
He's gonna see
Yes.
the note. He's going to see the note with the sketch.
Fine.
We have no choice.
We can't lie to this guy. We might as well just come clean.
It's much better that we're nice to him.
We'll deal with him
Storm.
later if he stabs us in the back.
I take out the coin and I don't pass it to him. I show it to him. Do you read Inferno?
Let me just check my character sheet.
What is a character sheet?
One moment.
I do not, but I can.
Well, how
We
about
fa-
you're more familiar with the binding spell? It's inscribed on here, written in runes of Inferno descent.
This was another reason why we sought you out. We have very limited knowledge between us, but perhaps someone of your stature would have more knowledge on something such as this. It has given us suspicions about goings on in Deep Bay.
May I? Kind of
gonna
looks to you, Storm.
I'm gonna say psionically, give it to him.
Only if you promise to pass it back. I'm not giving it to you.
Of course. I'm not a thief. You see him kind of move his fingers, and a small spectral, almost like mustard-coloured arcane hand appears and moves across the table to pick up the coin from your grip and brings it back over. And it just kind of holds it, like moving it around as he kind of moves his fingers. Where did you find this?
Ambassador, there is something strange happening in Deep.
There's something strange.
We were sent from Ravenwood by the Lady Belinda. Lady Belinda? What? Wait.
Leandra.
Leandra! I had a complete mind blank there. By
My mother.
by the Lady Leandra Ravenwood to find one of her companions, and what we found was this.
Found it where?
We found it in the out of character. We found it in the inn,
In
didn't
In
we?
the Wayfinder's
right.
Rest.
Yeah.
With
in
Oswald's
room.
room, yeah.
Yeah.
And he found it in his possession
Yep.
of Theodore.
I can't remember where he said he found it.
Theodore, amongst Theodore's things.
Yeah.
Oh right. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I say.
Oswald found it
Sorry.
amongst Theodore's things. Oswald found this, and when we went to find Oswald, he was not here. He was not in the Wayfinder's Rest where he should have been. His room was in tatters, and we found the coin.
I do not know this Oswald you speak of, but
It's like,
He did.
Go ahead. I think you might have already asked. You might have already done this before, but you can do it again.
Did we?
Yeah, I think he brought it up last time, or you brought it up.
Oh,
and
I
he answered
didn't.
you.
I thought we didn't.
No, you can go ahead. I mean, he's bringing it up again.
They spoke.
Was that your insight, Elstreen, just then?
No, that's
24.
That was the old one.
Okay. All right.
I'm not doing one.
It's a shame.
Oh no, that's history. I'm not doing history. Ah, shit.
Hard to tell if he's lying or not. He seems sincere.
Either way. You don't know Oswald.
Oh. Say that again.
No, it's fine. Carry on.
This coin. It belonged to this individual you speak of?
Didn't belong to him. He found it.
He found it amongst Theodore's things. He was doing an investigation of his own.
You see his eyes kind of widen slightly for a second. Just a split second. These suspicions you have. What are they?
I think you're aware of Arcax, true?
Of course. Moves the coin back towards you with the hand.
I take it. I have been suspicious that this could be of a similar situation I've been in, and of your esteemed court a few thousand years ago.
We don't know anything for certain. Could be being influenced, he could be using their power, it could be that he's just possessed. We have to go on other than this coin.
It also has stemmed from something similar that happened in Ravenwood. There was a demonic presence there that was causing people to get sick. We have seen something similar to this, and it's just made us, a little bit wary.
What other evidence do you have to make this assumption?
Well, we have the coin, and Aria didn't he react strangely to you?
How much do we want to go into that?
You just said it now.
Yeah, too late.
In his brain.
Yes, I have, it is in something that I only could notice because of connections that I possess. I'm sure you can put two and two together. But when we went to speak with him, he kind of, looked at me as if I'd just killed a puppy or something, But not to my companions, just to me. And it's because of my connections.
What kind of connections?
I have access to the weave because of my connections with a fiend.
You can see there's a very subtle look of disgust.
Yes, that exact look. That's what Theodore gave me. Yes.
This was not her choice. She was trapped in the abyss. She had no choice if she wanted to survive.
True. I didn't do it willingly.
Wait, is it I thought it was a demon.
Fiend. Yeah, demon's a fiend.
Fiend is a demon and devil.
Oh.
That aside, these are the only two pieces of evidence.
Sadly, yes.
And also the fact that he was specifically looking for something that would prevent him from being scryed on.
That is actually a good point, yes.
Interesting.
We better bring that up.
Pray tell me, How would you feel should this High Lord Theodore be of some fiendish nature, or having a connection with the fiend, or as you say, possessed?
So long as he brings no harm to the city of Deep Bay and seeks to better it, who are we to judge?
It's not
We
in
are
the
all-
nature of devils to do that.
Well, if he was to cause harm to Deep Bay, then we would do exactly what we did in Ravenwood, and we would, to the best of our ability, eliminate the threat.
Problem is, if he is what we suspect he is, then it's not as simple as a demon hungry for death.
Judging from the way he looked at me, though, I don't think it's a demon. I think it is some purely off of. I mean, would I know that there's a feud between demons and devils?
You probably would have maybe
Cause-
kind of come across it.
Demon boss man probably might have made me aware as well in my time.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Hey, by the
Yeah,
way, if you've
I'd
been
say
a devil, fuck those.
From my experience, there is a feud between the fiends and the infernals. So I don't think he's a demon. I think he's got something to do with the devil.
That's what I was saying. Yes, it's not. They are different.
I'm
Work
not
in
as
different
familiar.
ways.
I'm not as familiar with their nature. It's different from my experiences with fiends.
Either way, it won't be good for anybody.
However,
This may be considered fairly optimistic, but we must also entertain the possibility that Theodore is a victim and being controlled.
it is true. Theodore has already, we've already discussed with him about uniting, and he has already agreed that he would do it. So is it that bad of a situation?
Do you wish to hear a story?
Oh, absolutely.
Many, many lifetimes ago, for your people anyway. Mine had recently found a common cause and founded what is now known as the Citadel. Your companion here, the Tabaxi, surprisingly, is aware of this.
I am, and it's not the only circumstance like it I am aware of.
But that is not the entire story. An individual, a devil lord, posed as a high elven member of the magistrate, or what would later become the magistrate. And although, under his rule, prosperity was undertaken, secretly this devil was sucking the life out of the entirety of the population. And when he was found out, it was uncovered that there were numerous places of worship where this devil had created a city-sized ritual circle.
Oh, Full Metal Alchemist.
So, half-elf, though you may believe that this Theodore, regardless of his fiendish nature may be beneficial, may not be all so bad. I urge you to consider this story.
And here's me thinking I'd never find myself in agreement with someone so high up in the Golden Empire. But this is only if this is for certain. We do not know. This is all conspiracy.
However,
Indeed.
Telepathic chat.
Sorry, go on. I thought you were gonna say something there.
No, Maya was going to say something, but just carry on.
Okay. That is it. That is my warning.
Can you hear Jack?
can you hear Jack?
Oh no, it's because I started getting like a ringing going on. Sorry, I had to mute Jack for a second because I had like ringing
It's
going
okay.
That
on.
was
Sorry.
Yeah.
very confusing 30 seconds. I was like,
Literally.
Yeah,
I was
because
like,
Jack
but
started
I don't-
talking, and then you were like,
Oh,
"Hey,
that makes
continue,"
sense.
and I was like,
That makes so much sense. Sorry, I forgot to undo
I was
it.
like, really? I thought I was cutting out again.
happened.
Oh.
Right, so, yeah, carry on.
Sorry, in the telepathic chat, I'm basically saying, what was the name of the lord that turned back into a demon back in Val-Aeria at the festival?
Oh fuck. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
His name was.
I wrote it down, but I know who you're talking
It's
about.
written in
Yeah.
another book, and I don't know if I can find it.
Yeah.
add a something.
Yeah,
Adler,
Councilman
Adler.
Councilman Adler. Yeah.
yeah, that was it.
Yep.
And I'll say in the telepathic chat, if we make it out of this alive, it might be worth messaging your mother to see if Councillor Adler had a similar coin in his possession.
Okay. Again, it was demonic, not infernal, but I can ask. Yes.
Oh, it was demonic.
Fiend is demon, infernal is devil. We're talking about devils.
It's hard for Kensei to know the difference.
That's okay. That's all right. We learn.
No,
Fiend is both. Abyssal.
Fiend is a universal
Abyssal's
term.
demon.
Oh, is
right?
it? Okay.
Oh.
So,
I
so infernal is a language. Abyssal is a language for devil and demon, but they're both
Fiends.
fiends.
Okay.
The same way, like it's like a umbrella term like celestial
Okay.
or
So
fae.
it's
A fae
abyssal and infernal,
fae could be
Right.
a
Okay.
pixie, but
Okay.
also a hag.
Well-
It can't be a
Yeah.
coincidence
Right.
that a cosmic entity managed to infiltrate the court of Val-Aeria, but at the same time we're also dealing with a similar situation here in Deep Bay.
Yes. It is worrying.
Ambassador,
Indeed.
you have issued us a stark warning about Theodore, and seeing as you are here on diplomatic business, perhaps it might be worth us investigating Theodore. And in the meantime, if there is anything that you would like us to do as an apology for us meeting in this awkward way, we would be happy to do so.
I will take your offer on board. The coin. What do you intend to do with it? You know what it is. I take it.
All I
I
know
don't.
is that it is used as a binding ritual. Be it that some contract, or I've been trying to research it. I don't quite.
When you
know
say
the-
binding, is it binding him to this plane of existence? Binding is in like the signing of a contract, like a
But yeah,
seal?
that's
Or...
what I mean. It's very vague. It could be any kind of binding.
But
What
you
you have what you have in your possession is a soul coin.
What does
It
that
is a
mean?
currency within the 9 hells.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh, is it
Did he
planar
sell his
binding?
soul?
Can I read that? Because this is my spell list. Can I know this?
It's not a spell.
Oh, it's not planar binding. Okay.
It's not a spell.
It's an object.
Did
It's
Theodore
money.
sell his soul?
This is like a reverse Judas. Sort of soul.
That would be unlikely that he would have the soul coin of himself.
Someone else's soul is trapped in this?
So he has an inferno in his under his service. Is this what you're saying?
A soul coin binds the soul of a mortal, one such as ourselves. When they relinquish it in a contract, the soul is then infused within the coin upon their death. That is what that coin is.
So,
And it has a soul trapped inside.
Whose soul?
is it possible that Hyro Theodore's soul could be in this thing?
Not someone who's alive. I think we already know the answer to our question.
So you're
Oswald.
saying that he's
Yes.
made a deal?
It's Oswald's.
Holy shit.
Wait,
Why
I'm
is
so
it-
confused. Hold
It
on.
Why would it be
It
Why would
can't
it
be
be
Oswald's.
No, it wouldn't be Oswald.
Well,
Yeah,
wait, hang
can
on. Add a
somebody
character.
please explain to me what
Yeah.
this coin exactly? Because I'm so
Yeah.
confused. So it
Well, I
can't be
understand.
somebody.
He
So
sold,
okay.
he sold his soul for power. The coin is there so that when he dies, it goes into the coin, and the devil comes to collect it.
You've just been told that there's a soul already
It
inside.
says someone's
Oh,
dead.
Yeah. So
So-
it's somebody
Oh,
who's
there is a
dead.
soul inside it. Okay.
Yeah.
What
Or-
I'm thinking, just to add to this, is that
Oh, so Theodore could be possessed, and this is his actual soul in the coin.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That
Yeah.
Theodore is dead.
Sindri,
Could be that.
Oh,
is there a way to tell whose soul is trapped inside one of these?
My specialization is not with interplanar creatures. I do not know of a way.
What is your specialization? Since you like to talk of your prowess in transmutation, are you able to transmute us a copy of one of those amulets?
That is not how that works.
I don't mean one that works. I mean a copy. You can make
Oh yes, like a fake
a fake. Yes,
Mhm.
to take
that we
the.
could give to Theodore.
This is what I'm thinking. Yes.
And how long do you think that will fool him?
Long enough to
Long
for
enough.
us to figure out what he really is. It doesn't need to last forever, just long enough.
How long is long enough? That is a sincere question. I understand that you have a limited capacity to understand Stellarian sarcasm, so I thought it important to announce when I am being literal.
Oh, we need to get out more.
Ambassador. So just to be clear, we are investigating High Lord Theodore, and in order to do so, we require a fake copy of the amulet. Is it possible to embed some sort of magic into the amulet just to give the illusion of magic? Maybe not to prevent scrying, but instead it does something different, something weak.
Are there any churches within the city? Any religious sites?
We'll take one thing at a time. Your question, half-breed. It is possible to place a minor room, such as a parlor trick spell, such as prestidigitation. It would give the illusion that there is magic on this amulet, but my question to you is how long you require it to last. This illusion that the amulet does as it says it does.
A week.
I see that you have a number of arcane enhanced items on you. And I take it you understand the process of attuning oneself to them.
Yes.
So, if I, Lord Theodore, were to spend time focusing on the amulet, he would very, very quickly become aware that it does not work in the way which he expects. So if it is for an afternoon, shall we say, then the amulet will do its job. But if you're expecting a number of days, it will not.
Is there a way to bypass the amulet?
In what sense?
In the sense that you would be immune to its effects, so you would still be able to scry on him, but nobody else would? Or there was something that would break through the anti-scry magic?
There are things that can enhance one's spellcasting ability.
Oh,
That is my answer to that question.
you like to say how much of a adept spellcast you are? Can you not just cast the spell instant summons on it? Call it back whenever you wish.
I can. But it is my...
He would equally not be fooled because it would be the real thing, but then you could call it back as soon as we know.
I see what you're saying. Not without involving myself directly.
The fact of the matter is, if we return with nothing, then Theodore will become suspicious.
If we were
He'll
turned
either
on fake,
think
it's going to be suspicious.
he'll either think we've been
Ooh,
turned, or that we failed, and I don't know which is worse.
Even if we return with a fake, who are we to know that it's fake?
Yeah. He's going to be suspicious.
Oh, instant summons doesn't work, actually, I've just realized.
How important is this quest of yours?
Extremely.
I take it you would be willing to do whatever it took, correct?
I know how these conversations go. Can we get to the dark deal, please?
Nothing quite such. I'm willing to provide you with the original, but now listen carefully. In doing so, you owe me a favor.
That's ambiguous.
Favor for a favor.
That depends on how important this amulet is to you. Eh?
Important in
Do we have a deal?
trust. I was actually going to suggest that we actually give him the real thing, because then he'll trust us and we'll have more time to investigate him. And then we can
What
always
could
steal
you
it back.
need from a group of people like us?
It is not often that you come across individuals with your skill sets that operate within the coast. I know only about one other.
Who is this other?
I know he's going with it.
I believe their names were the Noon's Eclipse. But alas, many of them do not bear the resemblance of the locals here. You, however, do. And you seem capable, even if you could not breach my vault completely. The fact that you had the gall to do so suggests to me that you are at least ballsy enough to do near enough anything.
I guess I'm just like our colonizers. When we see something we want, we take it.
What say you?
In.
What did you say? You cut out right at the beginning.
I just said that I'm in. I think it sounds fun.
Okay.
I'm in.
Fine.
We need the amulet, so
We need the alliance.
okay.
Everything we do is for this alliance.
Mm-hmm.
Masked one.
Storm.
I don't like it, but I don't think there's much choice.
When do we like it? Most of the things that we get involved with.
One more thing.
Go
If we
ahead.
need to come to you for information, depending on the question, of course, would you be willing to answer some of our questions that we might have?
Perhaps being so close to humans has made me soft. You really do intrigue me. Sure. Well, I better get your prize, then.
If I may,
Yes.
before you go, Sindri, one thing that's been bugging me. This coin, it's got someone's soul trapped inside of it, yes?
Would seem so.
If we destroyed it, would it release the soul?
Quite possibly.
Could it also possibly destroy the soul inside it?
It is impossible to say for certain, but based on my knowledge of how runes tend to work, there is a high possibility.
Okay. I understand.
He kind of begins to stand up in the chair, moves back away from him, as he steps kind of to the side of the table, and you see him begin to utter some arcane words and move his fingers around, and slowly this oval shaped, like humanoid sized, shimmering shape appears, outlined by this glistening yellow arcane energy, and you watch as the interior of it begins to like form into that jelly substance as he steps through.
As he steps through, can I just put the book back in my bag?
You can.
Cool. Just want to make.
He's gone for a few moments. If there's anything you wish to say or do in this room on your own,
We need to find someone who can release the soul in this coin.
I could try and ask Bossman if he knows.
I don't think he does. He would have offered otherwise.
I don't know. I haven't tried reaching out a lot. Just want
She's
to try.
talking about the fiend, Kensei.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the
No.
the Sindri.
When I say Bossman, I mean Fiend. Fiend Bossman.
Oh, your boss man.
Yes, my Bossman. I could maybe see if they could help us
It's
figure out
worth a
if
try.
the soul is inside.
Perhaps it can make it clear to him. You said that demons and devils are at odds.
Mm-hmm. Oh, if I promise that there's going to be maybe a little... He might have...
Roughhousing.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot escape the feeling that we have Theodore's soul trapped in this coin. And that it'd be in our best interest to release him.
Of course. But we should first try and figure out whose soul is actually in the coin.
Yes, that's why I was wondering if there are any temples or churches or any...
Ask around.
Have some occultists.
Alistair's just there like,
I think this is going very well.
too well in my opinion.
So you have a moment to yourself, and Sindri steps once again through the that portal, and kind of ushers it away. You would, because it's on your spell list, I'd say that you'd recognise it is a casting of Demiplane, and the shimmering image dissipates in a swirl, and Sindri walks back over, kind of holding
Demiplane.
on his finger
Fuck.
the golden, the silver chain with that little yellow eye-shaped necklace with the kind of the runes of divination on it. Your prize.
I'm gonna go.
Remember, you owe me a favor. When I come to collect, I expect nothing less than loyalty.
You have our word.
You may take the things that you stole. Call it a show of goodwill. Now please leave. You know the way out.
I'm gonna start walking away.
I'm gonna go over to Sindri.
One last thing.
Oh.
Whatever you find out, you will inform me.
As if we could keep it from you.
Now she's learning. and he's just going to kind of stand there, like fingers together, and there is a smirk across his face again. So he just watches each of you.
I scowl at him and leave.
Depending on whether you leave. Okay.
I was just gonna go over to him and offer my hand, like a handshake. Pleasure doing business with you, Sindri.
He
Okay.
kind of just looks at you.
Yep. Good stuff. Alright.
Not awkward at all.
Keep doing. Keep. Okay.
Don't
leave.
Rip.
push it.
Just trying to be friendly. Okay.
He's a racist. He's not going to shake your hand.
Wait, a racist?
He's an
Okay,
urban
so
supremacist.
Oh yeah, supremacist.
Yeah.
So, I mean, unless you have anything else you wish to do within the tower, you're able to make your way back down to the base. And as you step up to that door, it's kind of like that. It's gone back to the form it was before. And there's a moment of, oh shit, how do we get out? But as you kind of like touch it, it becomes that liquid again, and you're able to step out into the gardens around the tower itself.
As I walk out, I'm gonna stick wands up at the tower.
I'm gonna check my pouch. Have the bugs gone?
Did you take them? Did you take them out the pouch? No, you didn't.
No,
No, they are gone then. But there were, regardless, you don't see anything in there, other than your normal stuff, of course.
Man, fuck that guy.
Just comes into your head like, excuse me.
I kind of like him though.
I think we're going to regret that.
I don't think we will. He's an asshole, but I feel like he's not going to like go around shouting our secrets around, you know?
He's not going to shout our secrets around, but that favor does make me uneasy.
A favor for the Golden Empire, an empire that colonializes and enslaves people for being below them. I think this was a mistake.
It makes me uncomfortable, but we needed that amulet.
Let's be honest, we had very little choice in that matter.
We had no choice in that matter.
Exactly. So, you know, let's roll with it. We'll deal with the bullshit when we come to it.
If that's what all... My experience with the High Elves makes me feel a bit disgusted that I'm a half one.
You're not defined by your blood.
So true. So true.
So what do you wish to do?
Well-
As you stand outside the entrance to the tower.
What time is it?
I mean, it's pitch black. It is very windy. In fact, it's actually raining quite badly now. There's quite a lot of downpour. There we go.
Should we head back to Wayfinder's Rest or get to High Lord Theodore as soon as possible?
I think if we're going to go as soon as possible, I would like a short rest.
I think we should.
Gather my
I think it's obviously late in the evening.
I don't think Theodore will get
Yeah.
annoyed if we take one day to recuperate.
Yeah. I think we should
Yes,
go.
it is. It's probably like 9 o'clock.
Right, okay.
Sleep.
It is pitch black.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go and get some rest then.
We'll go take it to him tomorrow. First thing.
Yep. Cool. Back to Wayfinder's Rest then.
Okay.
Still have no idea where Oswald could be though.
He's probably dead.
Or maybe investigating Theodore might shine a light on
Lead
that.
us to him.
Yeah.
Okay. The way back to the Wayfinder's Rest, which you are heading in, correct?
Yeah.
So you head back through Copper Top, through the shanty area, over the metal grates that hang over the drops of hundreds of feet below you into God knows what. Eventually making it back towards the exchange, where the streets are, they're not empty. I mean, they're very quiet, but they're not empty. But eventually, you do come back towards the entrance of the Wayfinder's Rest, and you can hear the rowdiness from within. You can see the lights and even figures moving in the interior as you approach, drenched at this point. And are you heading inside?
Yes.
Okay. Opening the doors, you step into the threshold of the Wayfinder's Rest. What would you like to do as you step
I'm gonna have
inside?
a drink. I'm gonna get smashed. Not smashed. I'm just gonna have a drink.
Okay. Oh, all my stuff is like all over the place. I apologize. Okay, so yeah, you step in. It's pretty rowdy currently. There are quite a lot of people who've been drinking clearly for quite a few hours. You've got the evening crew in, drinking away and having meals. It's pretty busy, and you have to kind of push past to get through. What exactly are you doing? You're getting a drink out of stream. What about the rest of you?
I'm gonna go and see if there's. Actually, no. We're not waiting for any more mail, are we? Not that I know of.
Not that you're aware of currently.
I'll go get a drink as well then.
Okay. You see the bartender you've seen a few times before, with his dirty blonde hair, which is like back into a ponytail. As he's kind of like serving a few drinks, a few people, notices you. Oh, you're so drenched.
Yes, we got caught in it, unfortunately.
You here for a drink?
The strongest you have, please. 2 of them.
Right. Right, strongest, right. Flavor.
Surprise us.
Okay, let's see what I've got. Got a new stock in it today.
Ooh.
And it kind of wanders off. He comes back with a wooden tankard, which is like frothing over a little bit, and you can see the foam kind of dripping down the side of the flagon. Places it down. This is just in.
Ooh.
It'll be four copper.
Alright. 4 copper. I will give. Oh my god. We literally play this game every Sunday and I forget. It's 10 is 1. I'll give him a silver and that'll cover me and Alistair.
Cheers. It's Drake and Dreg.
Ooh, Drake and Dreg. I bet I'm streaming like
Aye.
that. Give it a little sip.
It is incredibly bitter.
Oh.
It is very bitter, and as you take that sip, it is an ale, and you can taste the alcohol in this.
Oh yeah.
It is strong.
Woo!
This might be the strongest ale you've ever had.
That's the good stuff right there. Gracias. Oh, grazie.
No problem.
Oh.
De nada.
I'll take hers and take it over to a table.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
Yeah, sit and contemplate a few things in silence.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I am going to retire early. And I'm going to go up to my room, throw down all my belongings, open the window, and I'm going to fly up and sit on the roof with my legs dangling off the edge, just feeling the rain on my body.
Okay. Yeah, you are getting drenched, but it feels good as it kind of seeps through your feathers.
And I'm just gonna sit there, look up at the moon, for an hour or two.
Okay. Storm, you're sitting at the table?
Yep.
Okay. And, Kensei?
He'll probably linger around downstairs if anyone wants to talk to him. But if not, then he'll eventually just retire back up to his room.
Okay. So, is there anything you wish to do?
Nope.
As the evening takes us, the general consensus between you.
After I've had a drink, I'm just gonna go up to bed.
Sorry, Munchin.
I feel like Aria's trying to say
Sorry.
something, but she's got food.
Just to give it a shot and try again. Storm, may I borrow the coin very, very briefly?
Yes, here.
Oh, I don't know. I'll finish my drink, go back to our room, and I'll quickly try again. I'll just put the coin on the ground, clasp my dagger close to my chest, and kind of reach out to my patron and just see if they can tell me anything about whose soul might be in the coin.
Okay. Roll me a charisma check.
Just straight charisma, yeah?
Just straight charisma.
Thank you.
You sit there with a coin, kind of in the back of your mind trying to call upon your patron and your connection. A few minutes go by, but nothing reaches out to you. If your call was heard, it was not listened to.
Okay. Right. I'll take the coin, give it back, go back down, give it to Storm, and then go back to bed.
Okay.
Yeah, it won't be long before I head up.
Okay then. So, one by one, each of you head to bed. And Gaiak, unless there's anything you wish to do with the rest of your evening before heading to sleep.
No, once I'm done, I'll just fly back in, go
Okay.
to bed.
So you find some rest in your rooms. Oh, the fuck! I think that was on the hit. Never mind. I thought I just heard something drop next to me, but I think it was on the sound. Yeah, you head back to your rooms and are able to find a night of rest. Many questions still unanswered, and hoping that perhaps they will be the following day. And that's where we'll take our break. Welcome back. That's it.
That's the end of it.
Bruh.
No. Welcome back. So where we left off beforehand, you guys had gone to a very spontaneous dinner provided by Ambassador Sindri in his tower after he found you inside. And during the process of the discussion, a lot of things were discussed, including the coin and your reason for being here. But also, it ended with him giving you the amulet in exchange for an unknown favour. And with that, you return to the tavern, where you wake up early morning this fine day. So as you kind of awake to frosted windows and a chilly interior to each of the room, only the vague embers of flames from fireplaces. What would you like to do?
Let's go and head to the devil himself, High Lord Theodore.
Perhaps we should come up with a story to explain how we got the amulet.
Just say we stole it.
Yeah, it's
And he'll just believe that offhand. He's a very
Yeah.
suspicious
just
politician.
tell him what happened, but we say that the scroll worked.
Oh my god, stop popping up.
And
trying.
How bad does Storm look after we've had a nice little rest?
How bad?
Yeah, I have to go to long rest. It's like
Mm.
you almost took a disintegrate spell to the face.
It was a long rest though, wasn't it? So all of his hit
Mm.
points would have come back.
He's
Oh, I mean, like clothes wise.
Oh yeah, shut up.
Oh right.
pretty frayed. You don't look happy.
Sorry, did you just say he looks pretty spayed?
No, frayed.
What?
His clothes are pretty frayed.
He's
Oh,
been
right, I was
spayed?
gonna say, like, fucking hell, like, jeez. Now, do I have to write that into the law?
No.
Like, do I don't want to? That sounds like,
Spay
Anyway.
anyway. Your tobacco people.
Is anyone talking?
Sorry. Yeah, sorry, it's me. I was just typing. I mean, you in reference to what you've said, you could go before.
Yeah. So I just want to speak.
It's on the way.
Yeah, I just want to speak to Glynerin really quickly.
Okay. Is there anything you wish to do before you leave the tavern this morning? Begin your journey there.
Just quickly, when I first wake up, I want to like check through the notes that I took from when I went to the library, and where the moon was where the moon kind of was last night is at the minute. What house is it currently in?
Good point. Hold on. It would be currently in. It'd be in the first house.
Okay.
It'd be in the first. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Because it's the. I mean, it's not necessarily how it does it in in the real world, but here, it's what constellation it's in, and the moon will move between constellations throughout the year, and because it's the very first, it's just kind of shifted into the first house,
Okay.
the turn of the year,
Perfect.
and that's how they measure the year, guys.
Okay.
That's how time is created.
So every
Yeah.
month is.
Did
a
I
new
just make that up?
constellation.
Yes, and it
Oh,
works.
God.
No, for all the audience out there, I meticulously make this every inch of this world, as does every single other DM.
Mhm.
Go on, sorry. I'm just blowing my own horn.
Speaking.
Sam was speaking, wasn't it?
Yeah, I feel like Sam was speaking.
Sorry. No. So is it like every month is a different house? So I would know.
Every month is a different house.
Exactly
So,
when it's-
what month it is through the year is what month it's in.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. That's all I wanted to know.
Okay. So with that, you guys gather your belongings, head down, make your way out into the streets of Deep Bay. And your first port of call is the Magical Emporium?
Yes. I
Mystical Emporium, sorry.
just want to speak to Glynerin
Okay.
real quick.
Sure. So you head out and head through the the morning streets that aren't as busy as midday, but there are a lot of carts at this time in the morning as people are bringing their wares through. And as you pass into the market, you can see stalls having recently been set up. But all the same, you arrive at that building that you know as the Mystical Emporium. And if you
Yeah.
head on inside,
Yeah.
you hold on, where's that gone? Okay, I deleted a soundscape, obviously. Oh well. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Yeah, you step on in, and as you do, you can see Glynerin actually at the desk. Appears to be just kind of going over some papers and some notes as you step in, and he can see you. And he kind of shuffles the papers together and very quickly makes his way over to the door. Are all of you entering?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he kind of walks over. Morning. Can I help you at all? I have been working on our arrangement.
Yes.
It's working out well.
Oh, that is very good to hear. I was just wondering, I know you said it was going to take about 5 days. Is there any way I could make it a rush order?
You could, but it would cost a little more, as I would have to spend extra time on it from other projects.
Okay, how much have I got? How much? Because I paid half, didn't I?
You did.
So how much would I then have to pay if I wanted to make the rush order?
Let's see. Where was it? I'm gonna say. It would probably be double. He's losing out on an entire other project.
No, yep. Cool. Alright, never mind then. Keep up the good work.
Can I help any of you with anything?
No, no, thank you.
Okay.
It was nice to see you again.
Yes, all of you as well.
Good luck with your
Up
orders.
on the wrong side.
Fuck you, man. I don't know how to talk to people.
I leave.
He goes back over to the desk and kind of begins rummaging through the papers again.
Have a nice day.
So are you leaving then? Are you all leaving?
Yeah.
I can't afford it. I can't afford it. So
No, can.
Okay.
Is he a high elf?
He is. Yeah. Hold on. Yes, technically yes.
Okay.
Are you now venturing towards the castle?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So you leave the shop and back onto the streets and begin to head north towards where you know those large gates towards the rise are, and the perilous path up towards the front of the castle. It's now getting, fairly busy, and the streets are filled. As you head through, you see an individual in front of you, maybe about 40 foot away. They stand out amongst the crowd. They appear to have like shaved sides of the head with this long black hair with like streaks of white throughout, and it's hard to see exactly because of all the people moving through your field of view, but they also appear to be wearing armor, which isn't uncommon in the city. You've seen mercenaries walk past, but there's something different about this one, and you could see him in a momentary conversation as you get closer towards their direction, as they are in the direction that you're headed. And then you hear whoever this individual is speaking to, you hear the words, "Fuck off, freak!" To which the individual doesn't seem to be taken aback by the response. But you do see him kind of look around, and he may not necessarily lock eyes with you, but he certainly sees a group of less conspicuous individuals. He starts to make his way in your direction.
Oh.
Let's get ready to punch this guy in the face. Who is he? What's he want?
Wow.
What is he
Alistair woke up and chose violence.
Yeah.
Use violence every day.
You do.
Alright,
Don't
Queen says he.
As he moves past a few of the people that are kind of walking through streets and past a cart that rolls by, you can see he's wearing navy overalls that go down to his thighs with a high neck, which is covered by dark metallic armor. It's sleeveless on one side, and it's on the left-hand side. Sorry, it's sleeveless on the left-hand side. You can see a number of scars and tattoos along his arm, and two, what best you could see might be long swords strapped to his back. And yeah, he kind of walks up to you. Excuse me. Do you have directions to the Hall of Order?
We're headed there now, aren't we?
No, we're heading to Theodore's.
Oh, dude.
I have
I
no
saw
idea
it.
what's happening.
Looking at the map.
Yes, we can show you the way. You need to get there quickly.
Kind of nods.
Whereabouts are we at the minute on the map?
You are currently just about here.
Okay, and the Hall of Order's there, right?
Is that where
Yes.
we got our license?
Kind of on the way. Yeah. That's where we got our
Can we
licenses
just-
from.
We could just swing
we-
by.
Yeah.
What?
we can
What
do-
is this? Other than his attire, what race is this guy?
It's actually quite interesting. He appears to be human. But as you're talking to him, he appears to be human with like tanned-ish skin. But as you're talking to him, it kind of dawns on you that he has like these yellow reptilian eyes.
Which I knew is a Witcher. He's a Witcher.
Well, he could be a pure
Yeah,
blood
the
young
Greg is a
queen.
blood
That's
hunter.
cool.
With the two swords. I thought with the two swords.
Could be a Dragon Blood sorcerer as well.
He could be a pure blood young T as well.
Oh,
It was someone else that called him a freak.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. In that case, we won't punch him in the face. I thought the guy who was like called him a freak was coming towards us.
Oh no.
Alistair
This is
so hot.
the guy.
Can I have a look at how other people were reacting to him and looking at him as they walk past?
Sure, roll me an insight check.
I'm gonna make it very apparent that I don't find him uncomfortable at all. I'm gonna go right up to him and kind of clasp him on the shoulder, be like, "Of course, it is on the way to where we are going. We can take you."
I appreciate it.
Got a 19. Best insight I've ever rolled.
Quite a number of people are looking over. You get glances for the colourful races among you. But there is a particular kind of mistrust in the eyes of people when they look at this guy. You're going up to touch him on the shoulder, are you, Aria?
Yeah.
You kind of tap him on the shoulder. Okay. As you do, as you get up there, you tap him on the shoulder. Immediately, you notice on his where his bicep is. He's pretty ripped. You see on his bicep, the same symbol that you recognise from the assassin in your home.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
No.
do you tell us that?
Oh no! What's your name, friend?
Stelbor.
Delbor.
Stelbor and Miss Cape.
What brings you to Deep Base, Delvor?
A contract. Why?
Curious.
Delbor or Stelbor?
Stelbor.
Delboy.
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 Okay.
And can
Like
I,
that?
On me.
as we're positioning,
Double.
like as we're walking off towards the hall of the hall, what's the marching order? Is he ahead of us?
He's following us.
He's
I'm
following
in front
us.
of him. I'm in
He's
front of
asking
him.
for directions.
I'm in front of him.
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna tap Alistrine on the shoulder, and then just tap my own forehead.
Oh, okay. I'm guessing that means psychic whispers.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna activate them because it's a brand new
Go
day.
ahead.
Okay, D8. Let's go. 1 hour
Wow.
again. You've only got 1 hour. Sorry, can't say.
Is it just me you're connected to? Or are you connected to the
I'm
group?
just gonna
Everyone.
connect you for the moment.
Oh, great.
Oh my god.
And just to be sure, so I'm not breaking the game. It's only Aria who's noticed that, right?
Only Arya has seen the tattoo. It's kind of like in a mess of other tattoos, but as she got closer, it's very clearly like defined on his bicep. It's not hidden.
What do you want, Kensei?
Aria's acting a bit strange around our new friend.
Is she?
She was looking at his arm for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, she's always a little bit distracted by people, a bit muscly. That's why she likes me.
Wait, are we all? Who's included in the psychic whispers?
Just
Just me and
Kensei.
Larry.
Just Kensei.
Maybe can you expand it to include her?
Yeah, I could.
Perhaps we should ask her subtly.
Gonna envelop Arya. Hi, Arya.
Ring ring. Hello.
Let me in your mind, please.
Hello. God.
I like to imagine like we're in Aria's mind palace right now, just having this conversation.
Arya, yeah, I mean, to you guys, Arya has kind of like she's acting like her normal self, but there's definitely a slight stiffness to her. Can you see the tattoo on his arm? I say
No, I
There's
can't
lots
see
of
it.
questions.
it's the same tattoo as the one that was on the assassin in my house.
So you think by a contract
Yeah,
he
yeah.
means...
He said his name was Stelbor of Mistcape. Mistcape is the place that we found out the assassins possibly came from.
I think we need to take a detour through a back alley.
Oh, are we gonna threaten this guy?
I don't want to distract from Theodore though.
I think the fact that a person was designated to kill you is now 5 feet from you is a bit concerning.
It could be you.
They were hired to kill you, Arya. We can't just leave.
I think if it was
Even
me,
they want to go for all we know.
does Stelbor look nervous? Does he look like he recognizes me at all?
Roll an insight check.
Even if he does, he's a trained assassin and...
True. Mine's 19.
I mean, he looked surprised to see. Maybe not surprised isn't the right word, but he seemed more relaxed around other unique individuals. But doesn't seem nervous, and you know people fairly well, or what to look out for, and he doesn't seem to give off any inclination that he recognizes you.
Okay. I say psionically, he's going to get very sweaty if a group of people drag him into an alleyway. I think best maybe you know.
What if we tell him that that's the route to get to the hall?
Perhaps
Of course,
it is
if he
best-
resists us on it, then it's obviously a trap.
Perhaps it is best that we just observe for now. If he is here to kill me, then, you know.
Oh, then you're just gonna die? What's
Caught
the...
off guard.
It's safer for us to interrogate him. If he's not, if he is harmless, then we let him go. It's fine.
I agree.
Is it only you three in the psychic whispers?
Yeah. I'm gonna add the other two as well. Just be like, hi guys.
Don't react.
Alistrine has added Gaiac to the chat.
And you
Storm as
are the
well,
saboteur.
I like come in as someone's mid-sentence and I'm just like,
Gaiac, don't react.
Don't
By the way,
panic.
we're walking as we're talking because
Yeah,
it
yeah,
looks
yeah.
so weird
Yeah,
if we're all
yeah,
just
yeah.
staring at him. But
Yeah.
I'll be like, please follow me, and I'll start walking in the direction of it.
Don't panic, everybody. Well, Guy can storm, but Arya's noticed a tattoo on our friend's arm that is the exact same as the assassins who tried to kill her in Ravenwood. And me and Kensei are of the opinion that we should stop this man in an alleyway and perhaps ask him a few questions, because he might be here to kill Arya.
I would say, although information is very valuable and we want to find out as much as possible about these people, we have no evidence to suggest that they, as a group, are after Arya. They may have just simply contracted one blood hunter for Arya. There is no evidence this man
If he is
is
a
here
part
to
of
kill
the
Arya.
organization, he may. It can't be a coincidence that a man from the organization who tried to kill Arya also ends up being in a city that we are in, and comes up to us asking for directions.
If Arya was his target, I'm sure he would have done something by now. But I agree
That's
that
what
we
I'm
should.
thinking.
Maybe that's not his tactic. Maybe it's to gain our trust and throw us off the scent.
God, we are so suspicious. I mean, to be fair, he's an assassin. But
Not without reason.
Literally an assassin.
I would suggest maybe his contract is somewhere to do with the Hall of Order. So maybe if we watched him from being invisible,
Yes.
we can find
that
out
is
more about
why
him.
I think we should just
Murder.
let him. It's going to
Yes,
let him
I
murder
am-
me, of course.
I am also concerned that if we interrogate him, we rouse more suspicion if he
Exactly.
is not here for Arya.
Exactly.
But he's an assassin and he could try
Oh,
to
it's
kill Arya,
cool.
so I'd rather just kill him first.
He's either listen. If he is working for the assassin, he's either here to kill Arya or he's here to kill someone else. One way or another, we're helping someone.
Exactly, we're doing a nice thing by killing this guy.
But then
Not
we learn
throwing
nothing.
him straight away. We want to ask him questions first. We want to understand why on earth Arya
But
would
he's an
target you
assassin,
first.
he kills people. We'd be doing everybody a
I
favour.
While-
suggested we observe him
Don't
first.
know the
While they're
story.
talking psionically, I'm just gonna chat with him on the way. You have very, very pretty eyes, Stelbor.
Oh,
Arya's
God.
putting us on hold.
Alistrine's getting jealous.
Aye.
Psionically, you hear
Kind
Alan
of-
Stream being like,
He doesn't seem too keen on conversation.
well, why would you?
But I mean, and he also seems a little bit kind of taken back by your comment.
But with the eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be, rude or anything. It's just, I don't see something like that every day.
Aye.
Do you have a place to stay while you're in town?
I'm sure there's places.
We can recommend a good one for you. The
So we can keep an eye on you.
we are Wayfinder. The Wayfinder's Rest has great rooms, and the staff are really friendly.
I've heard of that one. Aye, I'll check it out.
Great.
How far is it to the Hall of Order?
Not too far. Just keep going this way. Keep walking.
Are you looking to get a magic license here?
The whole time this is going on, I'm trying to look for an alleyway that we can possibly drag him into if need to, or at the very least lead him through.
Sure, there's a number of alleyways.
I'm trying to look for one that's
And
fairly
kind of
out of the way,
blinds.
so we're not going to get accosted by guards or whatever while we interrogate him.
I mean, a lot of the alleyways kind of go down jagged pathways. Whether or not they're completely secretive is, up for debate, and there are buildings everywhere. Sorry, what was the last question someone asked him?
Are you looking to get a magic license?
That won't be necessary.
Oh, you're not a magic user yourself then.
My organisation acts outside common laws.
Pretty useful.
What does that mean? Got us intrigued now.
Is it always this rainy?
Not always. I'm sure it will clear up soon.
You're going to say in the middle
I mean-
of that, it's like,
What do you want to do? I mean, you're walking towards it. Eventually, you're going to arrive.
this man he is linked to people who have tried to kill you and more likely trying to kill someone else.
Why
It's wouldn't
we try to kill this guy?
That's
I
he's either
propose
connected
I
to,
follow
was
the-
connected to, or is related to this organization. We need to know why he's here.
I can turn invisible and watch him.
Guys,
He's going to turn invisible right in front of him.
psionically, we are here to discuss matters with Theodora. Trust me, this is very important to me.
So we're going to let him kill someone.
That's what assassins do.
To be honest, if
There's
it's
no
not
evidence
Aria,
he's
it's
killed
not
for
any of our
Aria.
business. But if it
Exactly.
is Aria,
This
then
is
I
not-
will.
It is none of our business if it's not me.
I
Okay?
agree.
We are here for a purpose.
Wait. If it's somebody important, it could fuck up things for us.
He's not just going to tell us who is here to kill.
You
Or
know
maybe
my
if we
hair's-
distracted him long enough so that he couldn't do his job.
I could offer to take him around town, show him the sights.
Or
We
can
just
take him
won't
into an
leave him
alleyway.
alone. We'll just constantly be there. Integrate him into the group.
Okay,
He's not
but
going
we
anywhere.
have to talk to Theodora. That is our purpose for being here.
I don't understand. We take him into a back alley. He'd realize we have several mages and heavily armed people. Why wouldn't he tell us everything he knows when he realizes he's going to be dead?
All of this conversation is just leading me to the point that it would be so much easier if we just killed this guy.
So I need information. out of
Quick,
him.
quick swipe.
Which we can get if we
Dead
take
gone.
him.
Are we coming up on the building?
I mean, at this point, yeah. You've not gone into an alley thus far.
Yeah.
I'd say you're like-
inside. Is it within
Yeah.
sight?
Just as we're coming up on the building.
It's not within. Let me check that I'm looking at the right fucking. Yeah, I am. At this point, I'm going to say you're coming round for the edge of the edge of the market. You can see the building because you recognise it over like some of the others, like how it has that almost like circular shrine top to the building where it's like
Right.
I'm trying to think of the building in Italy and I can't. There's like a circular building with its like peaked roof. You can see that over the top of some of the roofs in front of you, but I mean you don't see the full length of the building, and you obviously recognise it. I'll give you this. He doesn't seem to recognise it. Like he doesn't go, "Oh, there it is."
I wanna get a reaction out of him.
It's not going to happen. We have 5 seconds. We've got to make a decision.
Yep, you got to make a decision. What are you gonna do?
The moment I see an alleyway, I'm going to try and just going to keep casually like walking towards it, like not like suspiciously like stop and then suddenly turn, just like as if it's the way we need to go. I'm just gonna walk.
Okay.
Like, just follow me with coach.
Were you not? I should have asked for a marching order, really.
For them.
Is what it is. Okay, if you're... Are you announcing that's what you're going to do?
In the mental chat, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you're just going to... You're going to go into an alleyway. Are the rest of you following when he does this?
Aria, it's your choice.
What, Kent say started walking into the alleyway?
I'm going in that alleyway. I'm not just leaving this guy to kill someone.
Okay, hold on.
We kill people all the time.
Yeah, exactly. It's not our
Yeah,
business
exactly.
if he kills
It's none of
somebody.
our
The only
business.
thing that
We kill
is
people in
difficult...
self-defense. He's about to go and murder someone that might fuck up our plans.
Well,
It
we
might
don't
fuck
necessarily
up the
always kill someone in
don't know
self-defense. We kill
that.
people if
And
it's
also,
going to be awkward
like,
for
you don't
us.
No, it
The
won't
way-
be Donovan
The way I
either.
see it is, if he is here for Arya, we just continue with precaution. Arya just happens to be sharing a room with the one of us who, with the one
That's
person
this
who
way
can
we
then
get to get
communicate with
information
all
on
of
one
us
of
when
our
anything
three
happens
big
in the night.
enemies right now.
Only if I can see you, though.
Oh, is that one
Yeah,
of the conditions?
I have to be able
Fuck.
to see you.
We get information on one of our very big enemies right now. We're trying
He's
to
not going
fire
to
his
tell us
kill.
anything if we interrogate him. He's not going to tell us anything.
He will not tell us anything.
Why not?
Because we
Because
couldn't get
it's his
anything-
job not to
we
say
couldn't-
anything.
We couldn't
That's
get
what
anything out of
intimidation
the other
checks are
one.
for.
That-
He's an
that-
assassin. He's paid to be discreet.
That's banking on us rolling high enough, dude.
So, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Aria, it's your choice.
We should observe him, though.
I'm gonna point to the building. I'm gonna point to the building, and just be like, the Hall of Order is this building here, and I'm gonna hold out my hand and offer it him to shake.
Are you pointing to the right building?
Yeah, I'm pointing to the Hall of Order, telling him that's the building, and I hold out my hand for him to shake.
Appreciate it. He'll go and he'll shake your
I
hand.
clench it,
Mhm.
tighten it, and say, "Us freaks have to stick together. If you need a friend in town,
You what?
Aria
Wait, what did you
Ravenwood."
say? What did you say?
I said, "Us freaks have to stick together. If you need a friend in town, name's Aria Ravenwood." I see. I just want to. I'm probing for a reaction, and I'm clenching my fist around his.
Okay. Roll an insight check.
I want to insight that as well, actually, if I can.
You duck down an alley.
No.
I'm gonna invite it as well.
Hey,
Ow, my
Four.
foot.
whenever it matters, we want
That
to
was like an
know.
important moment as well.
Yeah, man.
Bad insight.
Ooh.
Because
Okay.
we overheard him being called a freak, so you know.
Mhm.
Just
I'm
to let him know.
gonna-
Just to let him know. I know his business. I know his business, and I'm locking eyes, dead in the eyes, and smiling at him.
I'm gonna clap
Okay.
him on the shoulder as well and just say, "Don't cause any trouble, all right?"
He kind of gives you a nod as he shakes your hand. Eyes look down to you as you're kind of clenching his hand a little harder than he'd expect, but no obvious reaction. And as you say that, Alistairine kind of turns to you. No promises. Cheers.
Go.
Makes to walk towards the building.
You realise that if he is here to kill you, you just told him where you sleep.
I know exactly. I know exactly. what to do.
She also told him where I sleep, so
Oh
I
my
don't think
god,
they're
you
gonna-
guys! You've never set a trap before. Jesus, come on.
We did try doing that. Remember, we staked out in the inn. Oh, I think
Has
I
already
think
died.
I think I was frozen.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was frozen. And just like that, the dagger plunges into her back. Yeah, you watch as he kind of walks up to the building and enters the entrance that you've gone through before.
Let's go to Theodore. We don't have time to be wasted with petty assassins.
Oh, he's gonna kill some important NPC.
Yep.
Maybe.
He wouldn't have told us anything anyway. We wouldn't have been able to get any information. Best we would have done is delayed the inevitable.
If we kill him, they're just gonna send someone else anyway.
We need to kill them.
Then they'll just send someone else. It's an endless cycle. We can't be here
We
forever.
kill them all
them
one
and
by
then
one.
So you return on your trajectory back towards the castle, and after a little bit of walking through the streets, you come to those gates that lead to the rise, and as you approach, you can see the guards kind of whisper to each other, and the gates open, and they nod as you're able to pass through. Are you making a beeline for the castle?
Yeah, boy.
Okay. So you
Okay.
follow the pathway as it goes through the smaller, condensed marketplace, but more luxurious, leading up towards the higher stack within the city, and eventually come to that cragged, precarious path that winds its way round the front, looking down to the exchange below, and eventually you come to that bridge and cross over to the portcullis of the castle. Once again, as you approach, the guards seem to recognise your, either recognise you or are expecting your arrival, and the portcullis is opened.
Let's go.
And you are led inside. One of the guards approaches you from within the inner courtyard of the castle, walking up to you. I take it you're here to see High Lord Theodore.
That's correct.
Okay. He informed us that we may be expecting you, so stick close, don't wander off. Let's go. And he makes his way to the main doorway that leads within the castle proper.
Start following him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Once again, you're led through into that long hallway, through a side door and up the labyrinth-like interior hallways of Castle Deep Bay. And after a short while, you come to the office door of High Lord Theodore, where you had previously met him. The guard walks you into that small waiting space, knocks on the door, and within a few moments it opens up, and you see High Lord Theodore stood there as he opens the door. Ah! Please come in. Looks outside to the guard, gives him a nod, and he leaves that waiting chamber. Please come in.
We have what you asked for.
Excellent.
Gonna hold it up.
Sorry, I'm trying to delete some of the stuff on the on the sound.
Look at this beautiful golden amulet.
There we go. That's good enough.
Right here.
Okay.
Frozen.
Sorry.
T-posing.
JPEG.
Sorry, I think So, apologies about that. I thought our cameras had frozen again. Yes, so as he kind of beckons you in, he closes the door behind you and walks over into the main space of the room. You can see him head to that glass cabinet where he takes out a bottle and a few glasses. Drink, anyone?
Please.
No, thank you.
Pours a few drinks and gives them to whoever wishes. It's a rich red wine.
Oh. Cheers.
So, you were successful then.
We were, and I present the amulet.
He looks at it. You like presenting it to him, yeah?
Yep.
He'll go to take it. Do you release?
Yeah.
Ah. Beautiful. Place it around his neck. I think it suits me, would you not agree?
That's your
Perfectly.
charm.
Well, I am a man of my word. I've considered your terms, and I think it fair. I will gladly work with you to create this alliance of yours.
That's excellent news.
Indeed.
Lord.
And worthy of a celebratory drink, would you say?
Agreed.
Delicious. It's Val-Aeria's.
It tasted familiar.
Of course, Val-Aeria's drinks are refined.
Certainly know what we're doing with grapes.
Well, I believe that conducts our business. I take it you have a means for this alliance to be communicated, to be organized. I take it.
Out.
Mm-hmm.
We hadn't actually established how all of the people were going to meet, or did we?
Nope.
No.
It's kind of
we-
through Queen Cecilia at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of. Queen Cecilia is the only one on board, so I would assume, because we haven't even discussed whether we're going to meet on like neutral ground or in someone's kingdom.
That needs to be.
Only very briefly did you mention it
Yeah.
within your own group, and you were like, oh, maybe we should take them all to the Underdark.
No.
Yeah, that's what we're going to the Underdark.
I reckon that we should say that Cecilia is first port of call, but we should have a meeting with all those involved once all those involved say yay or nay.
Yes. So we are still gathering allies, and once we have confirmed that people are on board, then we will try to arrange a time and place to actually meet and discuss the problems at hand.
Very well. You know how to contact me.
Yes.
Can I ask a quick question?
Indeed.
Purely
Please.
out of curiosity, how often does the election come about in Deep Bay?
That is an excellent question. One moment.
Let me check my index.
He's won last couple of times, hasn't he?
Yeah. He's popular with the people.
He's new, kind of newly elected though. He's not that old.
Every 6 years.
Every 6 years. And is there a limit to the amount of times that somebody can run for elected official?
No. For as long as the council feel trust in the one who is leading.
How many times have you been elected?
This would be my third term.
Third
In a
time?
row or
Third term. Term.
You must be popular then.
Well, look around at the city. It's hardly a surprise.
You seek the betterment of everybody.
Of course. Is that not the ideal view of every ruler? To seek the betterment of his people, or her people.
absolutely. So we
Why
told-
do you think someone would do a better job? I take it you will not be one of my voters then.
I didn't realise that those who were not residents of Deep Bay could vote.
It is a saying.
Well, I'd have to see who the other candidates were.
Very true.
But you do seem like a fair and just man.
I appreciate the compliment.
Before we leave, just so we know where we stand with Deep Bay's position in our proposition to the other kingdoms, what is Deep Bay willing to offer?
Well, what are you wishing to request? We have many assets. That is what I was trying to get at before. So you aren't just interested in the forming of an alliance, but a sharing of resources?
We
For-
can't fight an Illithid without sharing resources.
Yes, especially with the other kingdoms not being prepared for such creatures with magical adeptness.
You see, that was not part of the discussion.
Well, it was actually. I did say about you and the possibility of you going and pioneering the spread of magic around the Restless Coast. And you...
But that is very different than sharing what we have here.
You're a man that seeks knowledge and understands the importance of knowledge and the value of it. It's a resource, right?
It is
A resource that
a very, very valuable one.
And if the other kingdoms cannot defend themselves, there is nothing for you to trade with and nothing for you to better the city with.
That is true to an extent. Yes. Then what are you asking for?
Deep Bay's knowledge and progressive stance on magic, and to educate the other kingdoms, starting with the other royals that agree.
And what does Deep Bay receive? Aside from what you just mentioned.
Well, depending on the kingdom, they'd be willing to offer different things. We can't speak for the Drakenloft Isles and Daphid, but in terms of Volum, I'm sure that you and Queen Cecilia could come to some sort of agreement on an exchange. My question to you is, how much would you be willing to offer as an incentive to the other kingdoms?
I am willing to offer an equal amount to that which is offered me. An exchange. Fair. I do not intend to be on the lower end.
You must have scholars, mages. People that within your court use magic, correct?
Not to the extent of some of those who have passed through this city.
There's always the possibility of you starting up some universities of the arcane in and around the Ressus Coast, where you would be making a profit from those all over the coast.
An intriguing suggestion. But of course, those kingdoms would need to be accepting of exactly that. And currently, our ways here are marginalized.
This is what we are looking to put an end to. This is what...
But you are but 6 people.
6 people with knowledge of an impending doom that is coming to the surface.
How much time have you spent with the lower stratum of society?
Oh, they are... Yes, I know what you're getting at. They are very xenophobic.
The matters that you and I deal with mean very little to them. Why should they care?
Because it's their life.
We deal with problems every day that they have little understanding of or little knowledge about, and yet they do not revere us for them.
That kind of behavior is learnt and it's implemented into a culture. And if those in power do not change and do not move forward, neither will the lower stratum.
If you only do what's right to get reverence, you'll never get anything done.
You are being idealists. You're suggesting that you 6 are capable of changing the mindset ingrained within these people, or that the influence of what I can provide...
We are not so naive to believe that it will happen overnight. Maybe it won't happen in our lifetime, maybe it won't happen in any of our lifetimes. But the first step needs to be taken at some point. And if that needs to happen with us, then so be it.
I am not disagreeing with you, but you also have to consider that many of these other places, Kingdom of David, the traditionalists, they will never accept magic. And if they did, their people would uprise, call them unfaithful to their gods.
They already do accept magic. They just call it something different.
Ah, yes. That is true. But the same could be said about the gods. Here in this city, I've seen people come through that worship strange deities. I'm sure you've seen some of the shrines around around the city, and yet, are they not similar? These worshippings from lands to the east and here, it's all the same, but their perceptions are different.
Then we'll have to appeal to those different perceptions.
Well, the best of luck to you. But regardless, I will consider that. I am willing to provide that which you have suggested. as long as my people are safe. I do not wish to send and construct a university, send some of my scholars that have trained here to their deaths. Then what kind of ruler would I be?
That's understandable.
I feel your plight, I truly do. And we both want the same things. But I have years...
Insight check.
Go ahead.
Ah!
I mean, he seems to be quite sincere to you right now. I have years of rulership under my belt. Kind of puts the glass down. Well, won't you have word of whatever else it is that you require in terms of this meeting? Do inform me.
We will, as soon as we hear ourselves. We'll be in the city for a few more days while we decide where we'll head to next.
Very well.
Once we decide, we will send word. We'll let you know.
If there is nothing else, then feel free to leave. He kind of just walks over to the window. It's just looking out of it at the storm in the distance. What was that, Ken say?
Oh, don't worry about it.
You sure?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. What do you wish to do?
Wait until
I'm
we're out
really
of earshot.
tempted. I'm really tempted to just name drop Oswald.
Yeah, I feel like we should try and get something from him.
He knows Oswald took the coin. If we name drop him and say he's our mate, then...
I'm just. What was his last name?
Cobblepot.
Yeah.
What was it? Oswald.
Was we ever told? Did we ever know his last name?
Oswald, I'm
So-
probably dead, man.
No. I know
Definitely
he's
dead, man.
most likely dead, but
Oh yeah, you were told.
I know one way to test if he's a demon. I just thought of something. Oh.
Oh
did-
no, I know that laugh.
We
what
didn't
was
have
it?
an
What was
ice
his
storm
last
level
name,
one.
Ewan? Because I didn't write it down.
Oswald Vanderfell.
Right. I'm just. You know what? Fuck it. What have we got to lose? He's a nice guy, right? Surely he's not gonna lose his shit at this. Oh! One more thing. We heard word from Leandra of Ravenwood that one of her companions was staying here. Oswald something? Can I insight check his reaction?
Sure, go ahead.
I'll do the same.
Yeah, I also want to do that.
Okay.
Would you happen to know where he was? We were told to go to Wayfinder's Rest and find him, but we couldn't find him when we looked.
Don't know anyone by that name.
We know he's lying.
I've insight checked it, so.
He his eyes do kind of like dart towards you, and you can see like a little uncomfortable, shift of the neck, which he quickly, gets under control as he responds to you.
Oh, interesting. We were under the impression that the two of you had met.
Oh, what gave you that impression?
We heard from our sources at Ravenwood.
then your sources are misinformed.
So no one from Ravenwood passed by this way?
Aside from your companion here, I think you mentioned that you were Aria Ravenwood, right?
Yeah.
I think it must have.
Oh,
done.
he knows who you are.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah,
never mind. He knew who
He
you
would
were.
know
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, maybe he was attacked on the way by bandits.
If he was travelling by land, very well could be. Landlands are very dangerous. Should be careful.
Well, no one is safe from these bandits, even those higher up.
That is very true.
Well, thank
Be
you.
careful where you go.
Well, thank you for everything, and you'll be hearing from us in a few days. I'm gonna go to shake his hand and invite everybody to do the same and see how he reacts to Aria, if Aria does.
Everyone shake his hand.
Yep, everyone shake his hand.
Shake his hand.
Shakes your hand
Shake.
one by one.
Weird.
Shake.
How does he react to Aria?
As he, you can see there's a very slight momentary hesitation as he kind of grips your hand, Aria. You can see he almost holds his breath for a moment as he lets go.
Don't like that stank.
I almost want to tease him about it. I almost want to tease him.
Do it.
Can I see? Does his face look like like he smelled a fart or
We
something?
keep revealing.
No,
what
he
cards.
kind of just
Aria's
you
like
just.
poo-poo.
I mean, when you get close enough to him, like you can see, you hear the sharp intake of air, and then he doesn't breathe out, and as you pull your hand away from the handshake, you hear. What are you gonna do?
I hear what?
You hear oh, did you not hear it?
No.
Sorry, you hear you hear a sharp an out breath.
Right.
So he holds his breath as you leave.
Right.
If that makes sense. If you can hear that, I don't know if my mic picks that up. Basically, he held his breath,
Yeah.
and you can tell.
Oh. Okay. Right.
Anybody else smell that? It's terrible, isn't it?
Are you saying that out loud?
I'm just gonna kind of say it under my breath.
Is it? Do I smell?
Yeah, we push our luck so much. We're the worst poker players.
We're saying this as we're walking out.
Yeah.
Oh god.
What's everyone's passive perception?
19.
Yeah.
As you're looking out, you catch his reflection in like a mirror on the wall, so you know he's not a vampire. You see his reflection in the mirror on the wall, and he is glaring at you, Aria.
Yep. Mhm.
We
Alright.
can't let that stand. We can't let that stand.
Oh my
We
gosh.
gotta do something about this man.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Do
do.
we do it now?
We're taking this coin
should-
and we're taking it to a fucking
should
church.
Should there's an assassin in town that we just met.
Yeah.
That we just met.
Maybe
Yeah,
let's go
yeah,
to
let
the
go.
Hall of Order, see if he's still there.
We're
I
We
say
told him a
let's
great place
kill
to
him.
stay.
gonna
Yeah.
get there and it's gonna be like a fucking CSI crime scene. It's gonna be cordoned off and everything.
Yeah.
So you leaving the room?
Yep.
Okay.
You sure?
You... Ah!
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You all eventually make your way out the room, closing the door behind you. You're in the waiting area now.
Did I
I'm
miss
gonna
anything while I was gone, by the way?
Not really. I don't think
Don't
there was
think so.
anything.
just told him about Oswald.
How is that, Storm?
Pardon?
How is that?
How is what?
The thing that you just sent.
He wants to
Oh,
know
I
how you
was,
can tell he was a devil.
Yeah.
Oh, I can tell with one spell.
Is it detect good and evil or detect
No,
fiends and all that shit?
It's really not. No, it's not. No.
What is it?
I could banish him.
Oh, and if he doesn't
He's
come
come
back.
back. He's a devil.
Also,
Yep,
it's
a J level plan.
If he rolls shit, he won't go, and if he rolls good, he won't go. And then we're in it for a fight. We're in
That's
for a
what
fight.
I mean.
Yeah.
Wouldn't just do it. Off.
That's a silver bullet if we do end up coming up against him.
That's a last ditch
It's a
effort.
potential silver bullet.
We've exhausted all other things.
I
So-
say we hire the assassin.
To do the dirty work for us.
Yeah,
And then we kill the assassin.
And
yeah.
then he's like, oh, wait a minute, I was meant to kill you. Yeah, can we get on with that?
No, that's genius, isn't it? When he goes to collect his payment, stabby stab.
Yeah.
Free
I'm
assassination.
I'm about it.
All our genius plans just end up saving us. Like, oh, how can we save money?
I'm about it, dude.
We're broke as fuck.
We could
can't
offer
say
him,
what you
we could
expect.
offer him so much money and then just
It's never like-
fuck him up afterwards, kill him.
How do we
Yeah.
manipulate with grand forces to destroy each other? It's like, how can we save 50 gold on this assassin hire?
50 gold? You think an assassination's gonna be 50 gold?
Tell me your- tell me your-
We'll settle for saving 5 gold on a 1,000 gold bill.
Tell me your...
Tell me your D&D party are murder hobos without telling me your D&D party are murder hobos.
Fucking murder.
Okay. As soon as we get out of the castle, I'm just gonna...
Yeah, you can make your way back down. The guard will lead you back out the front
I-
and towards the gate.
I'm just gonna pose the idea that we assassinate him.
Why?
That's gonna cause so much turmoil.
It won't
That would
cause
cause
that much
far
trouble.
more problems than it would
listen,
cause.
listen. You all think that you can't solve your problems with violence, Anastasia. Always telling me that. But have you ever considered that maybe violence is an option?
And what's your
It
future
is.
plan exactly? Past
What-
him being dead.
Yes, and
Indeed.
what happens to the debate goes into disarray.
What happens to deep?
Yeah.
What happens when the
Or
Solarian
whether-
Empire hears about this? What happens when the
happens
deep
to our
citizens hear
alliance?
about it? Have you considered any of that?
Well, what do we do then?
First
We
of
can't
all,
have a
take
devil
this
in
coin,
power.
Take this coin, which potentially has the real Theodore's soul trapped inside it, or at the very least has someone who is not aligned with this creature that can help us. We research it, find a way to release what's inside, or at least find out what's inside it.
True.
There are many I imagine there are many churches in the city who would be able to identify if something is of fiendish or devilish origin.
That would mean we have to go to church.
Sadly, yes, but it's the best place to go to identify it.
I personally prefer the murder option, but fine.
Of course you do, but
God damn, if only we had a cleric.
If only.
If only.
we'd already run it past Alistair, didn't we? When we first found it.
What was it you were asking about?
Coin.
No, as in like what were you suggesting just then? Why you would need to go to?
We take it to the church, just try and
Yeah, we
release
take it to
the
the
guy's
church.
soul.
See if there's a way that they can identify what it is and possibly
Yeah.
for the whose soul it is inside.
That's a good point.
We have to actually consider the idea that Theodore is a victim in this. And that the thing in that office is not actually him.
Fine. Shall we to the church then?
It's worth an ask. Yes.
Something that would. Did you say something that would release the spirit on the inside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a natural 20.
Oh, you
So
want-
I'm rolling something for Alistair.
Oh. He's gonna be like, I'm actually, guys. There's actually a pit fiend stuck
So
in that.
Alistair would tell you that, you know, in his own way, which I'm not even going to try to imitate, that the people of the churches, of the faiths of the coast, know nothing about the other planes, and that the most that probably could be done would be to remove the curse on it, or if it was cursed, or to dispel the magic. He theoretically could use the spell detect good and evil, or evil and good, whatever way around it is. May infer if there is an alignment to the spirit, but that might be difficult.
So do you have any ways of... You say that you have a way of discerning alignment? I don't know how it works. We talked about asking Aria's patron. Can you do the same thing with yours?
Would your mentor know anything about this?
The most he can detect certain creature types with protection. Not protection. Sorry, it's what is it called? It's detect evil and good. Yeah. There we go. So he can tell if it is an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead.
If it comes
with
up,
that spell.
If it comes up with none of the above, then it's likely a human soul or a mortal soul.
That, or you can't detect the creature type.
Oh, okay.
Because effectively it's an object, but there is a soul inside.
Oh yeah, I asked him if there was a way, because I said that Aria, we were talking about Aria talking to a patron, which I still think actually might be a good idea. But I asked Alistair if there's a way that he can do that.
Not. I don't want to give too much what he would have been say away. I'd say he'll say no.
Yeah. Is it cheeky to roll an insight check?
Yeah, go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because I know Alistair likes to play things close to the chest. Oh, now I get it.
It's technically telling the truth.
Okay.
Might be a little bit more to it, but that he's telling the truth.
Alright, well if the churches can't help, then we should just get back to somewhere relatively safe. Should we go back to the inn for now?
I think that's the best decision, yes. Or... Well, was we talking about going back to the Law of Order just to see if that dude's still there?
We could do this, yes. I do not know what we do with the information that he has not completed his contract.
Well, apparently it didn't matter to us earlier, but now it does. I'm a little confused about this.
As am I.
So what are you going to do? You're currently stood outside the castle.
I think we just go back to the inn.
Yeah.
Okay. So you weave your way down the...
Who actually has the coin?
Side.
Sorry.
I do.
Storm. Heading down the precarious path down to the rise, out through the gates, and through the encroaching midday traffic of the exchange. Within the hour, you arrive back at the Wayfinder's Rest. There we go. Got the name right eventually. So you step inside. It's it's busy-ish. People are mostly eating like a brunchy type meal at this time, rather than like going heavy on the drinks. But you can smell the sense of numerous kinds of beverages in the air as you step inside.
Get a table.
Okay. There's quite a few tables available. Do you want one near a window? One away from the people, like the majority of the people?
Yeah, one away from the majority of the people.
Okay, so you probably have to head up a couple of the like those circular levels, or like the spiraling levels of the tavern. As you head up a little bit further, you find a table that is mostly distanced from the others, and the bards that are playing further down. Managed to scooch into like a booth.
So, where do we go from here, and what happens if Sindri calls on us when we're in God knows what kingdom?
I have a feeling it wouldn't matter where we are. I'm sure he used a spell, a spell that I've only read of how complex it is. I'm sure he has the means of traveling very easily.
I think we need to focus on the more immediate problem with Theodore. If Sindri becomes a problem later on, then we'll deal with it then. But at the moment, we have a potential devil infiltration of one of the most powerful countries on the rest of this coast.
Looking around in case anyone's listening, because I realised we're in.
Roll a perception check.
Yeah, perception, yeah.
Yep. Look around. You're pretty alone up here, as far as you can tell. No one's really interested in what you're talking about. The majority of people are further down, eating and listening to the music that's going on.
Not only that, we have gave him possession of a very powerful arcane artifact. Something we cannot allow to continue.
What time is it now?
It's kind of encroaching on midday. So maybe 11ish.
Oh wait, midday? 11? Like 11 a.m. Oh, okay. Sorry, my brain. My brain was thinking
It's
like
alright.
11 in the
It's
evening for
alright.
some reason. I don't know why.
No, it's still the morning, just about.
We still have plenty of time. We can try and find a way to identify what's in this coin. Possibly free it.
Was the goblin fellow the person goblin thing?
The inscriber.
The inscriber. That's was their name.
Would be worth taking it to him.
Would they be able to? Do you reckon they would be able to?
I didn't meet them.
Possible.
I don't know what their skill set is.
Yes,
I mean, I'll
That's
stay out of the way because they clearly don't like me.
yes, I don't think you should even enter, to be honest.
At the moment, it's as good a chance as we have. Though I wouldn't mind doing what Alistair suggested and possibly trying to sense what's in the coin first. With his spell.
I think that's a good idea before we go showing it to everyone. And what was the plan for finding out the alignment?
So you can't find out an alignment.
What kind of creature is tucked in?
Yeah, you can find out the creature type for the most part. But because it's a coin, it's not a guarantee that it will come back with anything. So if it doesn't come back with anything, that doesn't mean that it isn't. It means it's a coin.
Could just be that.
However, what Sindri did tell you was that it holds. They are designed to hold mortal souls.
Mortal souls.
So you know they're mortal.
So take that as you will.
It depends if a celestial or a devil can be considered mortal, I guess. Because can they be killed? Because they just reconstitute in hell, right?
So it's really humanoid, but I mean, that's just the term that Sindri used. But for like mechanic wise, a mechanical reflection of what he told you would be a humanoid. So something with sentience that is, within. That is something that's capable of sentient thought, basically.
Oh my god, have we lost Alistrine as well?
Yeah, we have. Wait, did we also?
Yeah, we lost Aria, so we're down like 3 parties.
Oh,
right
I thought she was just quiet.
No, she.
I was not feeling very
Sorry,
well.
I am here. I've just had to reload my my Roll20.
Oh yeah, Elle messaged
camera just died.
Messenger, and she's not feeling very well.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So she's had to go. She says.
Oh no.
I didn't even see that.
She is just recently.
Let me just knock that off. Okay. Yeah, so that's kind of the mechanical reflection of what he'd said to you. Kensei.
Okay. In that case, I'm not very much against. Well, I can't speak. I'm not against the idea of taking it to the inscriber.
Even if he can just tell us something more, I think it would be useful.
Are we all agreed then?
I don't know anything about this inscriber, but
Oh yeah, you was.
I think you'd like him.
He's a very Storm character.
Storm character. I don't know what that means, but
We do, and that's what matters. Alright, I'm ready to go if you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Storm, may I see the coin?
yes,
Possibly.
yes, here. Take out my pouch.
Okay. I'm gonna take the coin, and I'm gonna, if you'll let me.
Yeah, we'll give it back afterwards.
I'm gonna put it in my inventory for a moment.
I said give it back.
Hmm?
Why do you have to keep hold of it?
Just for the moment, until after we've spoken to the inscriber. Happy to give it back afterwards.
I'd feel more comfortable if it was in my possession.
I have no ties to anything magical or demonic. There's no reason to believe
Why are
it.
you... This is something that's been bothering me. Storm, why do you insist on keeping this coin in your possession?
There is a reason. It's because
Well-
I have had experience with such infernals, and I'd feel more comfortable if it was in my possession.
Why?
Because I know the signs of domination. I'm keeping hold of it just in case.
What do you mean by domination?
the way devils can twist one's mind is very powerful. And I don't know enough about it that I don't know if it could even stem from this coin. So I'd feel a lot safer with it in my possession.
You don't trust me with it?
In all honesty, I've watched you fall prey to domination before. What means you could easily happen again. but
You've
to a
never seen it
different-
happen to me.
No, but I know that I may be able to resist it, since I know its signs.
I think he actually makes a good point, and I'll give the coin back to Storm.
Thank you. I'll take the coin, put it in my pouch.
Let's go.
As you're discussing, walking up past where you are sat to a table higher above, you see the man that you refer to as the assassin walking past you.
And he rams a knife into Arya's chest.
He's got a flagon in one hand, and he kind of walks up to a higher table, just kind of scoots in, sits down, looks out the window.
Does he seem to
He's
notice?
just drinking.
Does he seem to notice us as he walks past?
I'd say so. Yeah, he'll look over at you, give a little nod, and continue on.
Okay.
And he's sat with his back to you currently, on a table slightly higher above, on the spiral than you.
Okay. So it's like our recommendation.
He did. So we'll go into this inscriber, yes?
I'm gonna go and talk to him.
Okay.
But before Alistair goes off, yeah, I'm just gonna say to her, it's like, this is rather important, but I understand why you want to talk to him. So if you want, perhaps you, Arya, and Gaiak, if he wishes, should stay here and keep him busy. Me and Storm will go investigate the coin with the inscriber.
I think it's best if Arya goes with you.
Fair enough. I'll turn to Gaiak and guys, do you want to stay or come with us?
I am fine to stay.
And I'll pat Gaiak on the shoulder and just like whisper and say like, make sure she doesn't kill everyone in the bar, please.
If
You
I
can
would.
trust in me.
Not because
Arya? I mean, I don't think he would mean to.
Not on
It would just
purpose.
happen.
So
Like,
let's keep going. Let's keep it going.
Okay.
So me, Storm, and Arya are going to see the inscriber.
Okay. And Alistrine and Gaiak are staying. Alistrine is wanting to go up and talk to this guy.
Yeah, and I'll quickly stand up and kind of follow her because I don't want to get into a fight.
Okay. So Storm, Arya, and Kensei, you make your way out of the tavern and begin to journey towards the inscriber on the other side of the exchange. Gaiak and Alistrine, you walk up to the table, and as you do, you see Stelbor kind of look up at you, leans back.
I'm
I'm just gonna sit down.
Oh, okay. as Alistrine sits down, I'm gonna initiate the start. I'm gonna start the conversation before she can. And I just look at him and say, "So you
How was he first?
so you took our recommendation then?"
Aye, it did. Not bad.
You travel a lot in your line of work?
Get around. Aye.
Hmm.
Yourselves?
Oh, yes.
Yes, we've been
Travel a
to.
Mercenaries, like, what? What's your deal?
Mercenaries of sorts, I suppose.
That's my flag.
We tend to deal with the darker parts of the city.
Meaning what?
Things that
Yeah.
people don't want doing in public.
I kind of glance at Alistrine and put my hand on my fist. I'm intrigued at where she's going with this.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying that you're assassins or something?
No, not assassins. Though I would
That's what
recognise
it sounds like
one,
you're talking about.
and I kind of like glance down at his bicep.
You what did you say?
I said I would recognise one if I saw one, and I glanced down at his bicep.
Okay. And looks at you. Watches you glance down. Turns his head to where you're glancing. Oh, what the fuck is going on? Shut the fuck up, Alexa.
Been infiltrated.
I swear to God, if that was a...
A droid just arrives next to the table.
Okay. Sorry, that really just distracted me. He looks down at his bicep, and then back up at you, Alistrine.
Odd.
I thought I pegged you guys a little different, but seems like you're just like the others.
Like the others.
So are you here to tell me to get out your city, or?
I'm not here to tell you to get out. Why would I do that?
You tell me.
Is it really surprising that somebody would tell you to get out? Knowing what you do?
And what do I do?
You want me to say?
Well, you seem to know everything.
I know what your job is.
And what's that then?
I'm asking you if you would like me to say it in public. Because we already know a lot about you and where you're going. So you could either be friendly to us, or you can be a little bit of a dick.
We are not here to threaten you or tell you to leave. This, in fact, isn't even our city.
And yet you come over here and make threats.
Making threats? Who's making threats?
I don't know if you are stupid or if you're just incredibly naive. You're asking if I wish for you to for you to state what my job is, but what is it? You've already inferred.
Is that not what it is?
I don't know what it is you think I'm doing here, or who you think I am. But I'd rather you just spit it out.
I'm gonna use my psychic whispers.
Okay.
7 hours.
Oh, 7
Okay.
hours with this dude.
Yeah, 7 hours with me in this guy's brain.
Alright.
Am I included in this, or are you just? Am I just going to see a staring competition between you guys?
Bionically, this is.
Mm-hmm.
I know who you are. I know what you do. I know that you kill people. I know that you're hired to do so. And I know that you're part of an organization.
You hear back in your head. You're just as stupid and arrogant as everyone else.
Maybe so. Does it look like I give a fuck?
Who the fuck do you think you are?
More than you'll ever be.
I just see them
More
staring
than
at each other,
Someone who... Yeah.
and I'm just going to lean across and be like, "So, would anybody like a drink?"
Aye. I'll take an ale.
And Alistrine?
Oh, I'll take an L too.
Perfect, I'll be right back. And I'm gonna go get the ales. How much is that gonna set me back?
It's going to set you back 4 copper an ale.
Alright, brilliant.
Alistair, you hear in your head. If you're going to be so ballsy, maybe you might want to get the right information.
Oh, so you're not a killer then?
You tell me, someone who works on the dark side of society.
Oh,
Is
please.
that what you said?
Don't patronize me.
Then don't be an arrogant piece of shit.
She kind of leans back and, like, rubs her head. Listen. My intention of coming over here wasn't to intimidate you, as you quite clearly are. It was actually to suggest that we could maybe be friends. You're alone in the city. Wouldn't it be better to have people who could cover your back?
You think I want to work with someone who walks up to me and calls me, or suggests that I'm, what, an assassin?
Is that not what the brand on your arm is?
So, you don't know then?
Well, what is it then?
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you knew everything.
I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong.
I'm a member of the Unhallowed.
Unhallowed?
Aye.
As in unholy?
Some might say that.
I'm gonna come back with the ales. Sit down. Look, I'm happy to sit here in silence as much as the next man, but Alistrine, would you mind? I'm assuming I know the sort of like what it looks like by now when people are.
I mean, you can see like curious looks across their faces as if they're communicating silently.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Gaiak in. A member of the Unhallowed. I've never heard of that before.
I'm surprised. Why do you recognize the symbol on my arm if you don't know who I work for?
We've met one of your perhaps associates before in unpleasant circumstances.
Unpleasant how?
They tried to kill one of our friends.
Then that means one of your friends is marked.
Marked?
And what does that mean for her?
It means she's a monster. That's who we are. We hunt monsters.
How can you tell if someone's a monster?
We have our ways. But mostly, a contract is placed. And it would seem your friend's got a contract on them then.
Define.
Luckily for you, I ain't here for any contract on... Well... Unless your friend's been murdering people in the streets.
Never.
Then I'm not here to collect.
Fine. Monster.
Beasts, foul, things that pose a threat to life.
That doesn't sound like my friend.
What exactly is your friend then?
Completely normal. Loving, kind, optimistic. Never hurt anybody.
Saved our lives, in fact, on many occasions.
Well, there's obviously a reason. Maybe your friend isn't exactly who you think they are.
I kind of like look across at Gaiak.
Well, now that we've been properly introduced then, you mentioned something about being friends, allies. No, right, I'm alone in this city. And... well, even as diverse as this place is, I don't take too kindly to mutants. So, perhaps we can work together.
I think that would work. Fine.
And with that, we're going to end the session there.
Oh. Spicy.
Yeah. A little bit of a slow one today, but you know, it's a build-up.
I think it's also
Something
because like we lost, like our internet was really weird, and it was a little.
But
bit,
it's
like,
okay. It kind of need like it was gonna.
Shit, I didn't even think to ask which group has
it.
Alistair gone with.
We'll figure that out next week. Until then, thank you everyone who is watching. Woody, the lad here
Always here.
almost every week. So thank you very much
Beautiful.
for showing up again.
Thank you, Woody.
Yeah, we will see you next week for more D&D. And I guess until then, a very quiet, because there's not as many people, stay dirty!